message just sent out to what you
That
think.
was like right on time as well. It was like, we've gone live, I'll post it in the Discord now.
That's how it should be.
Shut up.
It's a slick operation you guys have
Sorry.
got. Seriously.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but I posted my tweet up
Professional.
minutes before.
I like to be precise.
Correct.
And then you wonder why I think I'm going to be usurped by Ciaran.
Oh,
One
gosh.
day I'm going to get replaced.
Okay, looks like we are live. I was getting a little bit of an echo, but...
Yeah, it seems to have gone now.
Okay. All right. So we'll let chat fill in while we banter about... I can't read the dadgum Discord for some reason. Let me see if I can.
That's all right.
That's a real shame because it's a pretty.
Oh no,
pretty
don't
epic
tell me
message.
that! I gotta read it! My curiosity.
I mean, I don't think it's as good as the one I've done for Fridays.
That one was
but
really good.
I think I've done a pretty good job of this out of
good.
today's.
It's a good one.
Oh man, I can't see it! Sucks!
It says, right, folks, we're about to go live with episode 88 of the Rapid Reviews Radio Podcast, where we're discussing Nintendo and Zelda with a very special guest. Come and join us. That's all.
I mean, there was no personality in that reading, Pete.
I
Come
was
on.
gonna say!
Look,
Very
I'm not as expert as you with dramatic reading, alright?
Kieran's Antonio Banderas reading.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Brilliant.
Because we were talking about Solero ice cream, so he decided to put on his best Antonio Banderas impression, and it was fantastic.
It was so good.
Is it like, with a Scottish twang? I quite like
Yeah,
No!
and that's what made it brilliant.
No, it wasn't though. That's the funny thing. It was.
I mean,
it was
I
as.
think I've done a good job. I remember.
It was
when you
as if Antonio Banderas himself had entered Kieran's body and spoke through him, as with the voice of God.
Antonio Banderas.
Sounds so holy.
There's a clip of it on our Twitch channel. You should go and have a look at it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'll have to go and have a look.
It's genius.
Yeah, that's the thing. I remember in third year Spanish, my teacher always complimented my Spanish accent whenever I spoke Spanish words. She's like, "Oh, it's such a great accent, you know that? Some people still have their accent, but you turn it on so easily."
And now he's
Okay,
showing
thank
off.
you, man.
He really is showing off at this point.
Ah.
The irony is, I didn't pick Spanish after that. I was like, nah, it's not for me.
I've
not for me.
achieved
Do it
it.
while you were ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Didn't want to put them all to
I
shame.
don't want to abuse this gift I've been given.
Absolutely not.
Okay,
That's a
chat.
great responsibility. The power for Spanish accents.
I was also on Kieran's video. I wanted to add like a guitar thing, but then
Yeah.
I just got too scared that we'll get copyright.
What, like is it that typical thing that you hear, like the ding 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 ding?
Yeah, well,
ding,
what was that movie Antonio Banderas was in where he had like
Desperado.
that? Yeah, that thing that's in Desperado. But then I was like, nah, I can't risk it. Not on this channel.
No, we would get absolutely yeeted for that.
I'll risk stuff on my channel, but not on this one.
That's because how many followers you got on your channel?
13, I think.
I think that might be why you might be on the on the lower end of being caught by Twitch's DMCA takedowns.
I don't even think I'm 13 now.
Hi, hey Sophie, and hi
Oh,
Brent.
there we go. Brent and Sophie. Hello and bueno.
Hey guys.
Hello, and bueno. We were talking about Spanish accent, so bueno seems appropriate.
Brent always says bueno. That's how we know he's here.
I'm
Yeah,
just thinking,
It's come.
was it not on Friday? I would see you now say, "Oh hi, let's go Keen here today." Did I not say at the start of that stream, "Hola, ¿qué tal"?
Yeah,
Oh, you did?
no,
Is that another
no,
one?
that was
Was that last week?
last
I
week.
did say that at one
Yeah,
point.
you
Yeah.
did?
Did, yeah.
Yeah,
Said, "Hola, ¿qué tal"?
yeah, because you also were
sure.
doing your flamenco dancing. So that was
Yeah.
Sunday.
Oh,
I should have known that because I had to listen to that audio enough.
Brent says he
Brent's-
answers the phone with it too. I believe that. I can hear that in my head perfectly.
I sometimes answer the phone saying ahoy.
I never answer the phone.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just don't talk on the phone.
Oh, is that not a thing? I swear I read something saying that like the person that invented the phone
Yeah.
planned
He
for it
said-
to be boy.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a hoy hoy. Yeah. which
really?
is-
That's so much cool. That's so much more cool than hello. Isn't it?
Hello.
Really? Like channeling the inner pirate. I love it.
Yeah, like, imagine how much more epic you'd feel as a receptionist picking up the phone every day. Ahoy!
And
Could you do it downbeat as well? Ahoy. Or
Ahoy.
Yeah, it depends on the-
inquisitive ahoy.
Depends on the kind of day you're having. I mean, especially if you're on contact. Doing, doing-
Ahoy!
yeah, if you've had like your 80th call of the day in a contact center, you're gonna be like, ahoy, ahoy.
call
I
it
mean-
emergency services.
The more we say ahoy, the more I think of Doodle Bob from SpongeBob saying "Me hoy me noy."
Aw.
Me hoy me noy.
There's so much accent going on there, I can't quite handle it.
Yeah. I think now I just need to answer my phone with ahoy hoy and just do the Mr. Burns thing. It's like ahoy hoy.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, I think Mr. Burns answering ahoy hoy is a callback to
Yeah,
the 20s
it-
or whatever.
It is, yeah. That
He's
is
supposed
kind
to
of
be
the
like
point.
immortal or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I admit I've been watching too much Simpsons recently.
That's fine, Pete.
Got to blame Disney
There's
Plus
groups
for
for
that.
that.
The heat gets to you sometimes.
No, look, it was that bad last night that I got to the Behind the Laughter episode, and I
Oh,
watched that one more
gosh.
than any other. So my
Oh,
missus and
dear.
her friend was sitting there whilst we were watching it. I was just quoting it without even looking at it.
Oh my gosh.
And they were just, they got annoyed by 10 minutes in. I was like, right, I've got to stop this now.
But you're awful at the cinema as well, aren't you?
Oh
When they do
no.
repeats or whatever.
Oh no, I'm absolutely fine. I don't throw popcorn at people, I promise.
Cross your heart, hope to die. Pete.
Am I going to have to go on record with another apology
You're on-
to Odeon and View?
You're being recorded currently.
Just like the episode, just like, guys, so can I stop? Like, what? Just like, I need to apologise to Odeon, my local Odeon,
And my local View cinema as well, who...
for verbally abusing staff, throwing popcorn at other customers,
Verbally
Shouting
abusing
ahoy, randomly.
screaming ahoy in the cinema.
Any time I get a bit too hype, it's like, oi, oi.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Popcorn just-
Oh dear.
That was Pete at the end of Endgame. Ahoy! Ahoy! Ahoy!
No, it was more of the muted one at the end. It was the ahoy, ahoy.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Rest in pepperonis, Tony.
I feel so. I hope, chat. I hope you're following this. The cacophony of laughter.
Descending into madness already.
Oh, dear.
We haven't
Madness
even
is in
started yet. That's what's crazy. I'm
No,
giving
madness
chat
is my life. Like, bearing in mind I've been up since 4 this morning.
2 minutes.
Do we need to ask why?
You can. It's called being bitten on the leg by insects.
Right.
Oh no! What were you doing? Camping?
I wish I was, mate. They just fly through my window.
The cast of Bugs Life as they come in.
I don't remember like anything about that movie.
Oh, Bugs Life.
My favorite
I
part.
haven't seen it since '97.
My favorite part is where the moth is going to the light. And he
That was-
says, "Head
that's
towards
what
the
it was.
light."
I remember more about ants than I do like Bugs
I
Life.
didn't like
Oh,
ants
no.
as much.
Talk
It's
about
okay.
No,
Do-
it was
do-
terrible.
do-
It
do
was
you
awful.
remember, do you remember a movie called The Ant Bully?
I
Oh,
heard
that's
of it, but I never
familiar.
watched it.
Oh yeah. How?
I mean, the
Is
name is all I remember. I know. I think it was that there was this kid that really hated ants. He'd step on them. I
Ah,
think
yeah,
after
and then
that-
he got,
Well, I
like,
was that young when I
shrunk
saw
down,
it that like
whatever.
after that I never stepped on ants again.
Yeah.
Really,
I actually
I didn't
thought
want to
there
get shrunk down and turned into an ant.
I thought there was going to be some massive thing there. I was like, did you watch the Ant Buddy? Yeah, it was had a really philosophical message about, you know.
Did you ever
No,
watch
No,
the Bee
no,
movie?
no, no. There's things I do not have philosophical messages, but Ant Bully doesn't. At least I don't think so. Maybe it
Ah.
does. Maybe there's like
It's all
some
about B
scholarly
movie. It's all about
article.
B movie.
B movie's great, actually.
The
to
Bee
be
movie
fair.
is terrible. You're joking, right, Pete?
No,
No, because
it's
I
so
have
good.
nieces.
I just couldn't. I couldn't. It was so weird and creepy at the time for me.
Well, I mean that's because it's full of stereotypes. That's why.
Ah, it's
You made it
so
feel
weird.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was actually. Yeah. Oh, I think that storm's coming now. So apologies
Yeah.
if I go offline.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, like I'm just
I
looking
like
outside.
that.
Out your internet.
I like that excuse. Things get a bit heated.
It's fine.
Just
The
go
building,
on.
the building was on. The building opposite was on fire the other day, so it's all going on around here. Don't worry. So-
Oh my god, what happened?
let's
Never
just-
stops.
No.
Never stops.
It was really bad. I got a text from someone during work going, Rich, are you okay? I said, why? Your building is on fire. And I looked outside. I was like, oh yeah, there's smoke. Went out the other side, and yeah, the whole roof was on fire. So we're all good. We're okay.
It sounds
It's
like
just
a good Friday night by the looks of it. The roof's on
I
fire.
know.
Woo!
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay, we got a new follower. He killed Joy.
Oh, hey. Hello.
Howdy.
Thank you for following.
Bye.
Thank
Not
you
even
for following.
started.
I know, before we even
Let's do it.
started, you've got some quality
No,
content coming your way.
I'm not sure about that.
Debatable. Let's.
Yeah.
Oh, I need
Depends
to give
what
right.
your
Oh,
pro- Go on.
have another follow. There we go. I've just followed as well. There we go.
So much energy today. Yeah, it's because we're still on a high from Friday night, Sophie. Jesus.
Nintendo 5. That's how I always read it.
Thank you. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I think everyone.
But I
else.
also read it
Right.
as Dead
Yeah,
Mouse
I've
5.
just given up.
So.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
fine.
that's why I know what it is because of obviously Dead Mouse. So.
But I always call it Dead Mouse 5 like a dummy.
No, I did when I
It's
first
fine.
heard about Dead Mouse.
It's fine. When I saw him live, people were shouting his name, Deadmau5. I was like, guys, he's right there. It's like, that's not his name.
Oh man,
It's
you're
not his
so
name.
lucky as well. You've seen
That's
him. Oh, I
awesome.
want to go.
Yeah, quite a few times.
Oh, really?
And in a couple of weeks' time. Can't wait. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
It's really
Where's
good.
he going?
And also, by the Creamfields, I'm actually going to a
Ooh,
festival. I'm quite scared about it,
amazing.
but he's playing Creamfields. But also, kind of related, but I was playing Sackboy earlier, and one of his tracks is on one of the levels. I was loving it. I was like,
That's amazing.
He's also in Goat Simulator.
yes.
Oh yeah, he is.
Top of
Yeah.
He's at the top of the building, isn't
And
he?
you
It's
can take
brilliant.
his head,
Great.
and I love it.
Right, the first thing that I ever had on my Rocket League car was the Dead Mouse
Yes.
logo. It was
The
awesome.
blinking
It's stayed
eye
on there
thing.
for ages as well.
Oh my gosh.
Good. He's everywhere.
Oh, he is everywhere.
Yeah.
He comes to us in our dreams. But
I don't know about that. I'd rather not be haunted by him in my dreams.
oh
Those
my
big
gosh.
flashing light eyes. No
Oh.
thanks.
That's how I do.
Pete just-
I like it.
Pete just dreams about bugs biting his legs, apparently.
I don't dream about it. It's a reality, unfortunately.
Pete dreams
No.
in black
Yeah, I
and
mean-
white.
I mean, Pete, I don't know. I don't believe it.
It could be
I think it's very
psychosomatic, I guess.
I think we need to. I think we need to see your legs.
Oh,
Put
so
your
now
feet.
we get to the point now. It's
And
been
put
6
your
months.
feet on
Richard.
stream.
All you wanted to do is just see my legs. That's why I got invited. That's why I got invited together we play in the end. It's because I
Yes.
wanted to see the legs.
Get your legs out. Life goals.
All right.
Well,
Anyway,
that's
Okay,
fine.
I think we're gonna try and start now.
Sure.
Oh wait, no, Pete, you have to do all your testing
I
crap.
do. It might help if I actually brought my Audacity.
Yeah. I'm blaming you, Pete.
the audacity.
Oh, the Audacity at that moment.
I know.
Oh, my
Awful.
goodness. Has everyone else got Audacity open?
I do indeed.
Oh.
I actually do. For
Let
once.
me do a new thing. Yes, I have it open.
Okay, so I'll count us down to start the recording. So start recording in 3,
Oh gosh.
2, 1, now.
Okay.
We all good?
Yep.
Oh nope, Ciaran's
Every time. I
every
literally done
time.
the thing
Right,
where
Richard, stop
I'll
your
open up a
recording
new
and
one.
start a new one.
Oh,
Because we
hang
always
on.
have this as a
Okay.
full start.
Right, let me just get rid of this.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't know why it's always a full start with Ciaran.
Yeah, like it was fine before, like when we first started using it. I was fine.
Yeah.
And it was just, like 2 weeks ago or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't worry,
fine.
chat. We're doing a little technical stuff, and then we'll get started here.
Yeah.
Very
Right, so-
quickly.
File, new. Right, okay, I should be good now.
Okay, so 3, 2,
Oh.
1. Kylie, you ready? Now. Yep.
Yes.
Good.
Yep,
Yep,
okay.
We're all on the go.
Testing. There we go. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Okay, now we have
so
to clap.
yeah, so this is the point where you'll start seeing Ciaran doing the flamenco style.
I do it all the time, Pete. Come on.
It's only special occasions.
all
It
the
was
time.
the side to side one the other week, wasn't it?
Can we do it as flamboyantly as possible, please? Thank you.
Absolutely. Oh, oh goodness. Okay, right. So 1, 2. I got straight with Kylie pissing herself laughing there. Okay. Why does Ciaran look like he's about to pray?
He is praying. He's praying for
I
this
mean,
to
Praying that
end.
this goes as quickly as possible, I think.
Pete, in case you haven't realised, this is the Lord's Day. This is the Sabbath.
is. It
I
is
know it
Sunday.
is. All right.
The most holy of days.
I'm a heathen, so
On the 7th day, God took rest, and I'm here doing a podcast.
I said I'm a heathen.
Sorry.
I make people heathens around me. Okay, right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3,
4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, that
Oh
is that
my
good?
That's good.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing here?
I was cleaning.
I know you weren't. It's fine. Whatever gets the fuck done, I guess. Please don't kill Kylie. I need
She's
her.
gone.
There is no show without her. Please don't kill her today.
Uh-huh. Oh, the jab will
Okay.
get me first.
I doubt it.
You would just say some radio antenna pop at Kelly's head in mid-episode.
My
5G
cell
signal
reception's
enabled.
never been better.
Oh goodness. Right,
Okay.
shall we go?
Yeah, I think we're probably good for chat. People will start dwindling in as we go on.
They will, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll do a very quick rundown for you guys. So we're going to intro the show as normal, and then I'm going to let Ciaran do a few intro bits, and then we'll move on from there and have fun.
Questions, you know?
Sweet.
Yup. Okay,
Cool.
Pete, count me down.
We have
88, right?
started. We are in 88. But
Okay.
starting in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Rapid Reviews Radio, episode 88. I cannot believe it. I am your co-host for today, Kiley Wild, and I'm joined by some amazing people, including a guest, a very special guest, returning guest. To me on my, I'm going to say left, because I can't tell. This is my left hand. So, Ciaran, we have Ciaran there. And then on my lower left is Pete. And then our
Yo.
very special guest, Richard. Yep.
Yeah.
Boom. So, as always, I like to start the show with just checking on how everyone's been doing. But I'll check in with our guest first. Richard, how's your week been in this very hot heat
Hot.
wave?
Hot and horrible, and I think we're about to get a very large electrical storm currently. So yeah, it's great. It's all exciting. Fires outside my flat, as I previously mentioned, but we're all good.
Very good.
But don't. It's dramatic but exciting week. Thank you.
Well.
How about yours, Kylie?
Oh, well, thank you. Mine is not as dramatic, but definitely just as hot. This is ridiculous. I am dying here. It's crazy. Ireland is not meant to have temperatures of 30 degrees.
It's not ideal.
No, not at all. So I'm sweating, I'm sweating, but as I always say, I'm gonna pretend it's glitter. So, Pete, what about you?
Fabulous.
Absolutely.
Well, I definitely can't get away from the shine on my face. Yeah, my week's been fine. It's just been too hot. I mean, I'm currently bracing the electrical storm that Richard's about to go through. So hopefully I don't die. But
Oh, let's hope not.
week's been all right other than that.
Very good. Ciaran, what about you? How's your week been?
It's been alright. It has been hot, exceptionally hot, too hot if you ask me. It has also been busy for myself. That includes today as well.
Right?
But you know what? I'm still here because I wouldn't miss this for the world. And
Yay!
there's your wholesome quote from me today, chat.
The one wholesome thing that will come from Ciaran today. Oh,
You say,
God.
you say that like I'm Pete or something.
That's
What
weird.
is this?
Oh,
I've got a
fairly
bad.
yours as well.
Why does everyone give me a bad reputation? I'm not that bad.
Pete, you said the other day,
Yeah.
that I've got a rep to uphold
You did.
before
said-
putting on your scowling
I was
face.
gonna say you said I can't smile. I have a rep. I have to keep.
I wish I hadn't have said that now. I told you that in confidence, Ciaran.
on
I thought you
screen.
said it live.
On stream. You said it
I
on
told you
stream.
that in confidence.
In front of lots of other people.
Yes, it was their secret to keep.
Yes, chat. You're in our inner circle. You have to keep our secrets. But chat, also let us know how your week's been. I'd love to know if you're also dying from the heat wave and climate change.
Brent's come in and
goes
asked
to
the
what
most
I-
important question, though. He said, what kind of meat pie to have for lunch? Chicken or beef?
Oh my god.
All beef.
Beef always.
Beef all the way.
Beef. All the way. Absolutely.
I was
Do
already
you have a vote on this?
I was already lambasting my partner for going home and having a roast dinner that's chicken, and I went, yeah, it's the poverty roast dinner.
I eat chicken all the time. I'm in training. I
Chicken
have
you-
to.
Okay, Pete, bring a little bit of classism to the podcast. That's fine.
What? Because I've got to heat up roast dinner later because I'm recording later than normal. But it is
Oh,
pork, so I'm not complaining.
Oh, I do like pork, but I have to eat
Okay.
so much chicken now to get my gains.
Chicken and rice. Chicken and rice, I'm guessing.
No, I can't have rice, so I have to have cauliflower rice and broccoli. I know.
Like the way that we're all
By
looking
you-
there. No.
And I do not want to get on the wrong side of you because that progress picture you put up earlier, I think I'm more scared of that than the storm outside.
Yes.
But
And
yeah,
that's only 8 weeks. Check again, 8 more weeks, it'll be better.
And then he'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
even more scared.
That's right.
no, don't invite me back on. Don't invite me back on.
Okay, let's see. Hold on, I have to cough. I'm gonna use my cough button. Because I have a
Look at that.
professional
I
mic.
love how we all just waited for that to happen too.
No, yeah, that's the thing.
Seamless.
Kayla's just got a jab in the first thing.
Oh, yeah, that's
Coughs.
right. Oh, no! No, don't make me paranoid.
Might want
I'm
to
just
close that
gonna-
window as well. That light's
Gonna,
just gonna
might have to
pass
quarantine
out.
after this.
burning you up.
This is how viruses work, right? We might have to quarantine afterwards
Mhm.
because it can
Computer
come through my
virus.
computer.
Yep. Let's see. Oh, very good, Brent. I will say this is before we move on. I'm almost done with my big review game, so that's good. Very good. Excellent.
Excellent.
Very good. Oh, yes. So, but we are going to continue with this show because we are recording a podcast. But as
Yes.
I always say, podcast listeners out there, you're always welcome to come join us on twitch.tv/rapid reviews, where you can join in the conversation, and it's always fun. The banter is always pristine.
It's usually good.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's high.
That's all right.
I'm gonna pass this intro mantle over onto Ciaran and see what have you got in store.
Yes, no, of course, it's my first time meeting Richard.
It
It's
is.
an absolute pleasure. And Richard, I wanted to congratulate you on getting your spot as an editor over at GPN.
Woo!
Oh, someone's done their homework. I like this.
I certainly
Yeah,
tried.
he's
What can I say?
This is why he
Yes,
came on. He's our researcher.
I
Thank
do
you,
a lot
Ciaran,
of
and
work
it's good
here.
to meet you as well.
Yeah.
So as much as you're here to talk about Nintendo stuff, I'd love to ask you, how did you end up getting that position, if you don't mind me asking?
So there was just there's no grand story as such, but there was someone put up, oh, we're doing this project. This is it's called Garrett Atkins, an entrepreneur in America, and he put about 3 months ago. He said, oh, we're going to be we're going to be opening up a project soon, like a big Xbox centric project, and if you cut me down my middle, you will be able to see Nintendo. However, I thought it's about time I probably try something new. And he said, "Oh, how did you want to come and join?" And he just said, "Yeah, just come along, send a few pieces in." And lo and behold, I'm a lead editor. No idea, I can't write for write that well.
No,
I don't know.
I know
your
that's
review of
not
Skyward
true.
Sword was
Yeah.
fantastic.
No, but so I now have my own team of writers, which I've just met
Wow.
literally 2 days ago.
Oh, that's
And we are
amazing.
launching on the 3rd of August. So we've got podcasts, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook,
Oh, that's
articles, everything. It's really, really exciting. I've got a meeting at 10 p.m. tonight. Yeah, it's all going ahead. And literally in the first in the first few weeks, I think the team gave away about 6 Xbox Series X's. No idea where the money's coming from, but I'm not playing it.
I mean, where did the Series X's come from? Is my
Right?
question.
Okay, that's where they're all going.
Also, why did I
Wow.
get one?
Oh wow.
I'm joking.
I thought you were-
Hmm.
I'll see what I can do. But yeah, really excited for it.
Put a
Gotta
good
use
word
those
in
connections somehow.
Yeah. So how
So-
big is that team then, overall?
As of yesterday, I think we've got about 60, 70 people. So we are going to, just to let you into a little secret, not secret, a little tidbit of information. We are going to be the largest Xbox-centered website in the world
I believe that, yeah.
when we launch.
Insert Jeremy
amazing.
Clarkson moment.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I'm assuming.
yeah, so
When you go.
So yeah, like I said, we've got a load of different teams, and yeah, we're all working together to hopefully get a good launch going. It's been a long time coming. I think they've been doing the project for about 6 months now. So yeah, it'll be big, and there'll be more giveaways, I'm sure. So I'll let you know, Pete.
So I'm assuming they're split over different teams then. So you've got your news, you've got your reviews, features.
So yeah, so we've got I won't name the websites, but we've got a couple of people from some of the big websites over for our news department, which is cool. And we've got quite a few writers as well. What I love about the team is they're from all over the globe. So we've got people from Australia, we've got people from America, quite a few from Europe. So we've got a really, really diverse and energetic team, actually. I think is a good word to use. So yeah, news, reviews, previews. We've already got our foot in the door with some big developers as well, and we should be looking to become affiliated with Xbox at some point, which would be
That's amazing.
So when you launch on the 3rd, do you actually have articles ready to go for that time?
So the 10 o'clock meeting tonight is what we're deciding. Funny enough, so we've got stuff written, we've got stuff edited, and we've got stuff ready. But as you know, working for a website, you have to strike the right balance.
Right.
So we're just making sure when we launch, what are we launching around? What are people going to want to see? And then we've obviously got some non-time sensitive articles as well. So yeah, it's all good. I think we're going to be planning the next couple of months worth of content tonight. So it's a big day. I'm looking forward to it though.
That's really cool.
So
Can't wait.
yeah. So I
A lot
don't know
of
if you
hard
can
work.
tell us. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell us too much, obviously. So don't feel obliged to tell us anything you can't really speak on. But there's that many, especially Xbox kind of predominant sites out there. So what is it? What is you guys' mission statement almost as a site to make you stand out? What is?
I
an idea.
think the main thing we're going to be doing is, I think the variety is going to be good. Is going to be a massive selling point. So we're aiming for consistency. A lot of websites look at a certain avenue. For instance, like a lot of websites just do, articles or some just do news. We're going to be a one-stop shop kind of thing. And then each team has their own voice, and our branding is working in a way which I don't know if you've seen the branding, but we've got these bright neon colours. So what we're going to be doing is going to be, highlighting each team separately, but then obviously all culminating in coming to the landing page as such. But I think consistency is going to be key with our main driving factor when we launch. So yeah, we've got some really talented people, like a really, really strong team of not just articulate people, but driven, and also like our graphic designers can turn stuff around. I can't even use paint, and I'm looking at these guys. I'm looking at these guys do like really decent stuff within, they're just really, really quick. And I think having people from every time zone is going to help. So we can cover everything. We can cover as soon as it comes in, any breaking stuff, then we can cover it pretty quickly. So yeah, I'm really, really excited for it.
And am I right in saying that you're predominantly writing reviews before this?
So I know what you're getting at. We don't have access to like stuff that hasn't been released yet. That's all I'm going to say.
Right. Okay.
So with the new website, we've got good connections with people in Xbox, which is great, and Xbox marketing as well. So we've got good connections through there. But I think admittedly, I think it's going to take a little while for us to get like the big stuff.
Right.
But we do have some really good like interviews and stuff lined up with people from the industry. We also have quite a predominant. Sorry, I've got to close this door. We also have quite a predominant like group of Xbox ambassadors and people who work for Microsoft on the team as well.
Yeah.
So we have our ways in, but I think we need to find our footing first. But we have got some really good exclusive stuff ready for launch, definitely.
Amazing.
And,
I'll give it 2 years. You'll have Phil Spencer on your podcast.
Absolutely. 1 year. That's our goal.
Oh god.
Yeah. So the kind of last question. I know, of course, you run a Together We Play. You did, and I think Pete said to me you kind of had to hand the reins of that over to someone because you've now taken up your position. How was that for you having to hand that off?
That's what I want to know.
This is quite funny because I haven't spoken to anyone about this. Even my closest friends, actually. I've been I've kept it quite close to my heart, and Pete will know. Together We Play has evolved into something very different, which I'm proud of. But I thought it was a very good time to hand it over to someone else. I think it needs to have a bit of a freshen up. I'm still there, as Pete will know, kind of overseeing things and looking at the broader picture. But I'll be honest with you, it was tough handing it over.
Yeah.
Because,
I mean, it started out as basically your personal Discord, didn't it? It was Nintendo House 5, Nintendo House and friends, whatever you want to call it. And now it's obviously been rebranded to Together We Play to make it as inclusive as possible.
Yeah, and it's when I first started out with Nintendo Mouse and Friends, it was like me at the top, and people were coming in because we like all wanted to play games, and I was like the main kind of driving force behind it and stuff. But as time went on, I felt like I wanted less about me and more about the games. Right. It wasn't my server anymore. There was more voices and a bigger group of people, and I just felt wrong having my name and it did feel strange that night when it all rebranded to Together We Play. It was a bit like, oh, but it felt good because I could step back and it was great. And I've got fantastic people like Pete on the team who come up with new ideas about gaming sessions and stuff. So I step back and everyone does their own thing now, but I still boss people around now and then.
Only occasionally, not as much as it used to be, but
no.
The fun part.
Yeah. No, I'll take this time to give the shout out to the people who are obviously organising it. People like Jess, Ross, Will, yourself, me, and a few others that I've probably forgotten.
Did you just shout out yourself, Pete?
Damn straight. I'm the one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I'm organising Smash every 2 weeks.
No, you are. You absolutely are.
Everything.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But the thing is, we all work really well together. It's no problems, is there? There's never really been that
it looks
massive
like a very
problem
good
in the community,
crew.
and it's amazing, like how well it's all come along. So you should be really proud of it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna second that. Yeah, it's a
It
good
may
crew for sure.
Hi. I'm just
It may not hold your name anymore, but your presence is always felt.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I will.
Yes. Sir.
No, go ahead.
Have you got a question?
No, I just wanted to say that Chat did beat Punk, or Chad as we refer to him, was saying, how about Game Pass weekly reviews?
And he also said, I need Blink's content, a lot of it.
So, with Game Pass, so funny enough, a lot of our writers and content creators are, GPN stands for Games Press Network, and we cover Xbox and Game Pass as two separate entities at the moment, but in two different categories. And there's so much coming out for Game Pass. But yes, I can probably say we will have a regular feature by a few of the content creators, which highlight some games from Game Pass. I can't really say a huge amount at the moment, but yeah, there will be regular features for Game Pass. So if, like me, you look on Game Pass and I'm like, what do I play?
Right.
Like, there is so much to play. Then we hopefully will have the answer for viewers, readers, and listeners to kind of filter down on what we think and what other people think, and kind of behind the scenes look at Game Pass. So yeah, there will be lots of Game Pass content.
Excellent.
Well, thanks for letting us in on some of that. You know,
Yeah.
That's right.
it's good to hear about it because I know I was following the project since they announced it on Twitter. Especially as someone I've been, an Xbox loyalist since the 360. I've never looked back since I got Xbox, so I'll definitely keep an eye on the stuff you guys have coming out, and I advise chat and our audio listeners to do the same. I'm sure that will be some great stuff.
And I'll be doing the same because it's you, Richard.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I hope it's good now.
He's
Got a
trying
lot
to
live
get
up
that.
to.
He's trying to get that Series X.
No, I'm not.
He's on the right track for it, Kiley. He's on the right
I don't
track.
want to say it's my sole reason.
And yes, I have to say, I forgot. Brent is Chad currently, isn't he?
He is now, yeah.
Has he?
Sorry. Yes, he's been crowned Chad.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
he is now. That's unreal.
Yep. But so I think we're gonna move a little bit forward to the main meat of the sandwich, as we've said before.
Yep.
Do
you want me to introduce?
Yeah, you go ahead. You do that. Fill
Okay.
our audience in and everything.
So, we all know that 1986 was a glorious year for a certain Nintendo property
Oh, right.
called The Legend of Zelda. So, we approach this year with it being the 35th anniversary of said series involving a young Hylian named Link. But Nintendo may have screwed the pooch on this anniversary, and that's why we wanted to discuss it. So, first of all, I wanted to talk to you, Richard, about Skyward Sword, because we've obviously had Skyward Sword HD released, and the reaction has been mixed, let's say. So, I actually wanted to touch upon this with you because you wrote a very detailed review for My Nintendo News for this one. And this was this the first time that you'd come back to the game in 10 years?
Oh, let me get my Nintendo hat on now. 1 second.
And I need to change my backlight green to
So
I love how you're putting your chest up there, so you can see the top of the sword.
I am a Nintendo fan, honest. No,
Yeah.
I am at heart. So I was lucky enough to get Skyward Sword about a week and a half before launch. I think I can say that. Sorry, Nintendo, if I'm not. And that was the first time coming back to it after 10 years.
Okay.
I hadn't I was meant to play it, but I don't have the game anymore because I sold my Wii U. Don't hate me.
Oh,
And
like,
I think a
as
lot of people did.
Pete. Those are fighting words for Pete.
No, mine broke, unfortunately.
did it?
Yeah, I
Played it too
Yeah,
much.
I dropped something on top of it, and it just basically ruined the disc tray.
Oh my god.
That's not good.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say something like you put a sandwich in it or something. Don't ask why. I just thought
That would
like
have been the
elaborate.
That would have been the
The
worst
thing-
sandwich of all time.
The thing that
Huge
dropped
sandwich.
down on it was Pete's fist in anger.
I was gonna say.
No, actually, it was a bottle of eau de toilette.
Oh,
Wow.
at least it smelled good.
It did. It
Fancy
smelled
way
like
to
Armani Code.
Like,
So yeah, so that was it was the first time. It was the first time in 10 years, and I got it at launch when it
Yeah.
first came out, and I was really excited about it because it came with the gold remote. Came with the
Oh,
gold
yes.
remote, and it came with a soundtrack in that box.
okay.
I remember the day well, going to Game when it sold actual Game, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. But yeah, it was my first time coming back to it.
Okay, so you said your impressions were very positive of the game 10 years ago, and I'm very aware that this is not seen as one of the strongest Zelda games for the majority of the fans. So what was it that specifically you liked about it that most people didn't?
Motion controls. And I know this is going to divide a lot of people. And yes, the game was built around the Wii Motion and the Wii Motion Plus, but I think the motion controls were brilliant. I think the way in which the enemies had you counter them, or I think the boss battles are a really good standout feature of the game. Just the directional way in which you had to approach enemies and certain situations was really refreshing. And I just think I really enjoyed the motion controls, and I really enjoyed them the second time around. Really, I just didn't see an issue with them.
Fair enough. I know a lot of people weren't particularly fond of them because some people were cynical about the fact that it was Wii Motion Plus and it was just a way to bundle in a new accessory for the Wiimotes. That I don't know. They clearly probably could have had that from the very beginning, but technology.
Oh,
evolved,
absolutely
you know.
was. Absolutely, it was a huge. I think it was a huge not marketing ploy, but if you working at Game Station, Nintendo. I worked for Game Station for about 6 years, and Nintendo always had the highest attach rate with any console. So someone comes in, they could buy Xbox or PlayStation, but Nintendo had a ton of accessory attachments to it, and that was just another way of shoehorning it in, I think.
Yeah,
and it worked.
I think we all remember the golf club, the tennis racket, and
Oh.
the Wii Sports. Linked crossbow training, having stuff with it too. And it's just it was mad time for the Wii, wasn't it? So it was really trying to embrace that whole let's get everyone involved, and Granddad can't play golf without using a golf stick. So.
I swear there was a Star Wars: The Clone Wars game on the Wii. And I swear to God, there was like a lightsaber attachment thing, so you'd put the thing in the lightsaber, because it was a fighting game.
Oh, nice.
And,
did it have the sound coming through the Wii remote as well?
Yeah, it was like so cool. To me, who was like, I don't know, like 10 or like 11 at the time or something, whenever the Wii came out.
Yeah, look, youngster over there.
Oh my God!
I know.
I've just aged about 12 years.
I feel like that every time we talk. I've aged another year, and there's more grey hairs on the side of my head.
But yes.
So I'm going to move it swiftly onto Skyward Sword HD, the remaster, obviously, because we had Nintendo come out and add a load of quality of life improvements to the game. Improvements, we'll say. I don't know because I haven't played it. But the button controls seem to have caused a bit of controversy. Did you happen to play the button controls during your review, or did you stick exclusively to motion?
So I thought to myself, as I enjoyed it with motion controls when it originally launched, I thought to myself, right, well, I'm going to play it with motion controls. They can only get better with the Joy-Con, etc. The rest of it. But I did try it with the button controls because when you review a game, you unfortunately have to look at everything, and I didn't particularly get on with them that well. However, when you're looking at reviewing a game, you have to look at accessibility.
Yes.
And I'm lucky enough to not have accessibility issues, but I know a lot of gamers do, and I think the button controls are good. They take a lot of getting used to. So to move the camera around, like it's got a free camera, which is a huge selling point, which Nintendo pushed I think 4 days before launch, which is weird because they didn't do it. And it was difficult because I could see everyone online going, "Oh my God, Nintendo have just brought out a video and they've said you can do free camera control." And I was in the same boat, but a week before them, and that was a massive point. That was people were like, they just fitted it in a social media video, and people picked up on it. But the button controls, they are fiddly. But if you've got accessibility issues, or you've got a Switch Lite, for instance, where you can't use motion controls at all, I don't think.
No, you can't.
Then yeah, you can't at all, can you?
No.
None at all. So yeah, so it worked well. But you've really but I know one of my good friends, Mark from the server, actually. He flicks between two. So if he's in a fighting area, he'll do one configuration, and then he'll pause, and then come out and do a different configuration for like a puzzle section. So the option is there. So yeah,
quite like
it's good
that
for
idea,
everyone.
actually. Quite like that. You know, it's getting a bit of the best of both worlds, really, in that situation. Then, isn't it? Like there are certain sections, from what I've heard from people who have reviewed it, that they are quite difficult with either motion or button controls, so they do switch. So I can get that. And actually adding the accessibility options is always a good thing. You can never argue against it, can you? But I know obviously it caused an issue with the fact that you have to hold L to move the camera around, or you know, if you try to use the analog stick on its own, it's just going to fling the sword, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. And the way you've got to flick it left in directions, and then, like you said, press L to move the camera. It's a way of retraining. You know, for us, you move the right stick and it moves the camera. We all play games like that. 90% of game, 3D games, adventure games, etc. It's just retraining yourself to play it in a different way. But the option's there, essentially, which is good. Is it worth the 50 quid price tag? That's debatable.
I mean, it is a lot of money for essentially a remaster, isn't it? And Nintendo have been known to do this quite a lot over the years. We'll look at the collector's edition that we had on the GameCube. You know, the re-releases of what was it? Twilight Princess and Wind Waker on the Wii U. Even though they're HDs, but we've had like 3D versions of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask that haven't been re-released, obviously, but most people assume that they're going to come at some point for the 35th anniversary, or maybe even the 40th, who knows. So I think that's a good way of moving on to the 35th anniversary stuff that they announced earlier on in the year. Now, let's not talk about the amiibo that they had for Skyward Sword that caused controversy, because I don't know if I want to talk about that yet. But how do you feel that Nintendo have handled essentially probably one of their A-tier properties not really having the same sort of celebration that Mario did, another A-tier property?
I have two thoughts about this. And my initial thought was probably the same as a lot of Nintendo fans, not Zelda fans, just Nintendo fans in general, and that was disappointment. You know, we, after a bit of a turbulent year with announcements, quite rightly so, because we are still in a pandemic. I think some people forget that. Which Nintendo's culture is group collaborative work. That's what they are. That they are probably they've probably struggled in terms of game developers. AAA. I think they've probably struggled, especially their Japanese division, because they're not cut out for this way of working, and they will probably never be cut out. So I went through disappointment. I went through disappointment. I got a little bit upset because I thought, I've been to the symphony orchestras for their 25th. I've done, I've backed them all this way, but actually they don't owe us. They don't owe us an anniversary. We don't, they're bringing out games. They've got Breath of the Wild, or the sequel to the Breath of the Wild, in development. I kind of thought to myself, why am I expecting something when they don't owe it to us? It would have been nice, but it felt a little bit, I just felt a little bit entitled, actually.
That's actually fair, I can sort of get that. Like, it was the sort of thing that when the Mario 35th anniversary stuff came out, and I was disappointed slightly with some of the output, and I went, why am I disappointed? I don't deserve to have this as a fan because I backed them. If Nintendo want to do it, they will do it, because solely they are a business. We have to remember.
On that point, you just mentioned that you don't know why, but you somehow still felt this expectation that you were kind of owed something almost. You know, do you feel that is symptomatic of the fact that, you know, gamers are more and more becoming invested in franchises, developers, and consoles, so to speak?
Yeah, I think so. I think, I think the gaming industry, don't quote me on this, I think it's, overtaken movies now, or film. So I think the focus on gaming and our shift to next gen, which has been not as steep as probably some might have hoped. But yeah, I think passion, I think this, I don't want to sound too controversial, but I think passion can sometimes come across as entitlement.
Yes.
We can still be passionate without expectation. Yes, fair enough, we have expectation. But I think that line is often blurred. And, you look on social media, it could be a blessing or a curse, and you see it every day. And actually, we should probably just be happy with what we've got.
Well, I think, like you say, I think you can have expectation, but somehow it crosses a line and becomes demands and demanding. And I think that once it crosses that line, we're in, Nintendo does not owe us type thing. Yeah.
No, that's right. And I think a lot of people. I think a lot of people are quite quick to, like you say, demand those things. But then, I'm going to put my hands up. I used to work at mynintendonews.com, and we used to see leaks, rumours, all the rest of it coming in, and I was absolutely, 95% certain that we were going to get a Switch Pro this year, or an announcement, and we didn't. Yeah. Bloomberg have been a very credible source,
right?
Whether or not that's coincidence,
Yeah.
but they have been.
Right.
And they were like, yeah, it's in production, and then we get an OLED version, which is great, is brilliant, and people are thinking, oh well, why isn't it not got beefed up? Well, they're selling millions. Why are they gonna bring out a brand new one and alienate part of its,
Well,
but yeah.
I'll be honest here. I think this was as a result of someone at Nintendo once turning around and saying that they probably should have had a HD version of the Switch come out in mid-cycle to refresh it, and that was a mistake on their part. So I think that's where a lot of people were going with this, is that, are we going to have a 4K Switch because they're doing a refresh, basically like what they did with the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X? But I think the weight of expectation, once again, with Nintendo fans, is always too high, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, but it's a double-edged sword, really, because can you blame us? Can you blame us for getting expectations? Nintendo are renowned for going against the grain, surprising us, that kind of thing. For instance, I think it was, I can't remember what year it was, but even small announcements, like in the Treehouse segment, that a lot of people watch after E3, but, admittedly not as many as the main presentation, just brought out a few amiibo just on a tray, that kind of thing. Their way of delivering news is just so haphazard, which is great, because we could wake up tomorrow and there could be a new announcement. But yeah, it's just tempering expectations, really. But I don't think it'll change anytime soon.
I don't think so either, based on what Nintendo are generally like. I think they're just going to stay the same as what they are, because, let's be honest, they don't need to change because it works for them, And as annoying as it is to see as a Nintendo fan, because they can go radio silent for months on end and then suddenly just drop a load of stuff, I don't think I'd change it, actually, because I quite like the way they do things. It's interesting, and it's always entertaining, and it's always a massive ride to cover, because it's so unexpected. So I would imagine that things like My Nintendo News were always interesting for that reason.
Yeah, it's why if you're going to do like a website that covers news, you need it 24/7, because you literally have no idea when they're going to drop something. You could wake up and there could be a big announcement, but I think that's the beauty in it, actually. I think the not knowing is the exciting part. Like, we all look forward to E3, of course, but it's the stuff like they'll just announce the OLED like a couple of months later or or whatever it was. It's like, why didn't you do that
Yeah.
at E3 when the world was watching?
I think looking at that trailer for the Switch OLED model, I think it was the reason why they didn't do it, because they had a lot of the trailers on there for that, that were at E3, and I don't think they wanted to reveal anything too early, did they? I mean, imagine if they would have released that video about the Switch OLED and it had Metroid Dread all over it, and you're like, what the hell is this Metroid game? And you're like, but then you wouldn't have the same reveal that you did at E3 for Metroid Dread. So it's like you said, it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? You can't win. You can't win with them, or you can't. The fans won't win, or the Nintendo won't win. Like, there's going to be criticism from either side.
And it's not just Nintendo fans either. It's Xbox fans and PlayStation fans. We all get excited about the things we love, don't we? It's
Halo Infinite. My expectations are up here.
Exactly, and Halo Infinite. I think we're getting I don't know if the multiplayer beta's happening soon.
Yeah,
It is happening very soon. Yeah.
Yeah, they've said that it will be happening soon, but only soon because I know the people have been signing up to it. They've had to go and Twitter and say, "Listen, guys, fully complete your registration," because like half the people that applied for it won't be getting access because they didn't finish it, and I just think, oh
my goodness.
I think it's a good way of. I generally don't think. I know, Kylie, I'm the same. My hands are sweating just thinking about it. But I'm personally more interested in the campaign side of things, and I think they're being a little bit quiet about it because they've had to obviously rebuild it, and which is fine. But there's the multiplayer community is huge for Halo, and it will be. So if they're stress testing, I'm all for it. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that pans out.
And you'll be on the inside on this time as well.
Yeah.
So you can let the Halo fans above me know.
That's right.
But
go ahead.
Sorry, carry on.
I'm just going to touch base with chat because we've got lots of questions coming in.
We have, yeah.
A couple of comments we might jump over. But we'll start with Brent. He says, Richard, you've mentioned writing from an accessibility standpoint. A little background, Brent is our accessibility guru. Excellent. That's a perfect thing to say. He has vision impairment, so it's it's first and foremost, obviously on his mind. So will that be a regular thing with GPN? Was I the only visually impaired writer to apply? I don't think you have to answer that one.
So I don't want to give too. I'll answer in two parts, but and I'll of course answer about the second question. But the so internal pitching at the moment with the GPN writers is on fire at the moment. It's really, really good. We're trying to look at loads of angles to take, and we've had to stop people going, "Oh yeah, Game Pass." So we're opening the box essentially, and we're looking at loads of different topics, and we know accessibility is a hot topic, and it has been for a while. And we don't personally, I don't want that hot topic to go away.
Right.
We are in the again. I don't want to give too much away, but we are interviewing people with accessibility issues, gamers and people behind the scenes in certain respects, to give their insight and their thoughts on the importance of accessibility. It's up to the writer how they're going to be fleshing that out, but we are looking at that. And we have we have a good group of people on the team across, I think, all sectors, podcast, video, etc., who do have accessibility issues, and that's
the best way to do it.
Yeah, because I think it would be wrong for. I think it'd be bad for someone to write about accessibility if it'd be great to have first-hand experience of their experience, and also to reach out and speak to people, again, gamers and people in the industry. So yeah, we've got a few things lined up, which is great. to answer your second question, I wasn't part of the recruiting process.
I don't think he thought you were really going to answer that, so it's okay.
What was the question?
It was, am I the only visually impaired writer to apply? But, okay, I will go ahead and read this. I'm going to call it controversial only because I know the Nintendo fans are with this, but you know what? Everyone deserves a voice. Nintendo are...
Yeah.
This is opinion.
So this is from Logical Robot.
Logical
by the way.
Robot. Nintendo are no longer a credible company, in their opinion. They only exist to push their base for more money. So glad Valve announced the Steam Deck. Their timing was impeccable. I will agree with your last statement that timing of the Steam Deck was impeccable. I think they couldn't have timed that better.
Oh, see, I was wanting to ask Richard about that. You know, Richard,
Yeah.
you as a Nintendo fan, but also as someone that writes about games as well. With both the Nintendo OLED, Nintendo Switch OLED model and the Steam Deck, you know, what is your thoughts looking at them comparatively?
So I personally am interested in the Steam Deck. Not so interested, or not so impressed with their lack of stock. I believe they've got some real stock issues, and you won't be able to get one until 12 months' time. In some of the models, anyway. There's 3 models, isn't there? But do I see it as a competitor to the Switch? Of course, absolutely. And I think Nintendo needs that because, you know, stepping away from my Nintendo fanboyism, I have to agree with some of what they've said, the viewer, because they are charging a lot. They are, you know, they do feel, it does feel like things are getting a little bit stale on the Nintendo front, and they, you know, but then it comes back down to expectation. You know, they're still selling a shed load of Switches.
They are. They very much are.
Absolutely.
You know, and we don't know what's going behind the scenes. We can read all the rumours we want, and look where that got us. But I can guarantee you they're working on something. There will be something. There always is. Look at the Wii when that came out. Like, no one expected it.
Right. Yes.
Then it flopped with the Wii U. There's a trend happening. They have a flop, and then they have a win. So you have the GameCube. That did awfully. One of my favourite consoles. The Wii absolutely smashed it with the casual market. Wii U flopped. And then we have the Switch, which has obviously broken records and sold like hotcakes. So we may be in for a flop now. But maybe, is that the OLED? I don't know.
It's
we could see.
possible, but bearing in mind back in the day that the N64 wasn't exactly a rousing success, though, was it?
No, but I think it was a success in its own way in terms of where it led the market, perhaps. So in terms of, you know, unit sales and gross profit, all the rest of it, yes, not so great. But in terms of, I wouldn't say redefining, but it certainly steered the gaming market in a positive way.
Yeah, I could see that. Okay, next, again from Brent. On the topic of Zelda, are you, Richard, happy with Nintendo's overall approach to game preservation? Ooh, the Game & Watch. That.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, actually. So what about you, Richard? What do you think of the Game & Watch?
Oh, the Zelda.
Zelda,
Watch.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
my brain goes, whoop, whoop, whoop.
It's fine. I was like, we're talking about Zelda. So I think the Game & Watch, personally, I'm not that interested in it. I think, actually, I think, Pete, you told me about the Mario one for cheap on Amazon back in the day.
Did you get yourself one?
Yeah, I did.
Excellent.
Somewhere. And
do you think it's good for game preservation, though? Do you think the Game & Watch itself is a good idea for games?
Not really.
Right, okay,
No,
okay.
Not really. I think Nintendo's handling of preservation is, well, no handling of preservation, let's face it.
Yeah, it's baffling, isn't it? Like, re-releasing, like, ROMs constantly across, like, the Wii, the Wii U, and then going, yeah, have NSO, and there you go.
Yeah, I think Nintendo Switch Online, you could I don't know if you've done a podcast thing for that, but I think that could be its own episode for Switch Online. But preservation-wise, I think all of them could do better. You know, we had. I know this is going off Nintendo a little bit, but you know, obviously PlayStation backtracking a couple of months ago, was it?
Yeah.
Where they said, "Oh, we're shutting this down." Oh no, we're not now. All right.
Yeah.
Right.
We had a
as
bit
well
of a
as-
heated debate about that one a couple last week, didn't we? About how
That was
you
last
thought
week, yeah.
Yeah, you thought Vita and PSP games would come to.
I still think they're gonna do a deal with Steam. I'm sorry, I do. I think so.
I mean, I mean, not to turn this into a preservation conversation again because we done that last week.
Yeah.
But I think given Xbox's relationship with Steam and bringing out Halo and stuff there, I think an Xbox kind of partnership's more likely. If you ask me, with a
I could see
Steam
that
product.
too.
I don't
think with
know about likelihood, but
Yeah.
All roads
Considering-
lead to Steam.
Considering with the Steam Deck you can sideload Windows on it,
Yeah.
obviously, so you'll have your Game Pass machine right there.
Yeah, for sure.
I think with Xbox like the ecosystem, what they call it now, don't they?
Oh yes, that's right.
They're just trying to. I think they're just going to get everywhere. And I think I read somewhere, I could be making this up or dreamt it, where they're looking at making TVs which are
yes.
Game Pass compatible.
Right,
aren't they? I
right,
did
yes.
that right.
Yeah.
That was an article. It was not a dream. I did see that as well. Apparently
good.
they're bringing out like Microsoft televisions that will have like built-in Game Pass essentially, or something along those lines.
I think that at the moment they're looking into the option of possibly partnering with someone like Samsung, so that they
Yeah,
can have
uh-huh.
that on smart TVs where you just plug in a Bluetooth device basically, so that you can pair your controller with it. But logistically, it's going to take a little bit of time to obviously sort that.
So Stadia, however you pronounce
Yeah,
it.
that's.
So,
Sorry, what?
But it'll be Microsoft.
I caught Stadia, but everybody else calls it Stadia.
No, I didn't know we were talking about their platforms here.
Oh goodness.
Come on, Pete, come on, Pete, let's not be mean.
I'm joking. Sorry to the one Stadia fan that we have on a rapid
We have
review.
two. We have two.
I'm joking. All
Mike
right.
and Brian.
I know. I'm not putting an apology video out for
Another
that one.
apology video. Yay.
I'm not.
I mean, Pete, I just think you like the thrill of getting cancelled. I think you
Skirting
chase
the
it.
edge.
It's a
yeah.
desperate line that I.
It's a high you chase every week.
time.
Is it on your running list of the podcast show? Try to get cancelled.
No, I just changed my middle name by default to cancelled.
Oh goodness.
Brilliant.
Okay,
We've
we
got
have
more
a
kids
couple
every
more.
week. So apparently, an infinite flighting is happening
Yeah.
this coming week, according to Logical Robot.
Yes, that
I'm
is
not-
correct. That is correct. That's Halo, the beta.
Yeah. Deadbeat Punk has asked if you could design your own Zelda 35th package. What would it contain?
Oh,
Good
that's I won't go first.
question.
I want Ciaran to answer this actually.
Ooh.
Me? Right.
I have to give him a crash
funny
course of
enough.
Zelda in the
I was
week.
gonna say.
Yeah. So, funny enough, I don't know if I can answer this because I have not owned a Nintendo console since the Wii. I've mentioned this several times on this, and I've just never been. It's going to sound like blasphemy. I've just never been a big fan of getting Nintendo products. I look at them, there's nothing that drags. Again, it's because the Xbox has been my home essentially, in gaming, PC as well. Yeah. So I don't think I can really answer this because I don't know enough.
Would you say like a Halo Master Chief / Link crossover? Perhaps that'd be quite cool. Just get him in there.
Yeah, I think an announcement of Zelda coming to Xbox would be a great thing. I as a Nintendo fan, I would love for a Nintendo first party game such as Zelda for the 31st anniversary to come to Xbox. I mean, it'd be even funnier if it didn't even come to Switch, it just came to Xbox. But that's just hypothetical.
Game Pass Day 1 exclusive straight away.
But yeah, that
worked
works.
out
That's
for the
my
Golden
opinion.
Knight re-release.
That's funny. Pete, what about you? I know you've thought of this. You had to have thought of this.
Nah, this is coming off the cuff.
He's got a big whiteboard. He's drew it out and everything.
Yeah, I better. Sorry, Paul's notes up on phone. No, for a 35th anniversary, I don't know what they can do, to be honest, because, you know, re-releasing games angers fans. You know, adding Zelda 1 and 2 to a Game & Watch system angered the fans for some reason.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
understand
The Zelda fans, let's be honest, are quite rabid. They're very, very
Almost
passionate
passionate,
about the
right.
series.
Feral.
I wouldn't say feral, I would say passionate.
Just we said rabbit.
No.
Yeah.
So if I had to design a 35th anniversary, it would probably include a
Rabbits.
link. No, it would be a Link to the Past remake for sure.
Oh.
In the
right.
Link's Awakening style by Grezzo.
Oh, okay. Oh yes,
Right.
shiny.
Either
I
that
think-
or Oracle of Ages and Seasons remaster.
The Game Boy game.
Yes, and then
Yes, they were.
I heard rumors
thinking, oh,
about
God.
that, right? Oracles and Ages and Seasons, they had a third version, and I heard a rumor that they potentially might be making that long-awaited third version.
Let's revert back to our previous conversation about expectation.
Yes, I said I heard a rumor. It's a rumor.
Okay.
Ah.
I don't believe
They
it,
were-
obviously. because-
They were great games, to be fair. They were
They were-
brilliant. Oracle Ages and Seasons.
Do you know who they were made by?
Hang on, Camelot.
No.
Oh,
You're close
no.
though. It's Capcom.
Oh, what? Oh yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
no, I
Capcom
did not
made
know
them.
that. I'm not even know that.
Of course, Pete
Wow.
would know that.
Oh yeah, I'm a Capcom fan.
Nice.
Capcom fan, obviously. Apologist, as we call it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
So.
cries in season pass money.
Oh goodness. Richard, what about you? Let's see. Let's hear it.
I think. Well, let's get it out of the way. Whatever Nintendo made, people would buy it.
Yeah.
Let's face it.
Yes.
For instance, I got this from my
What's the
Nintendo.
Joy-Con?
Oh no. So I got this
Oh, right,
lovely. Did you get this from my Nintendo?
I didn't actually.
It was like a cardboard. Right, I thought this was going to be plastic. It's not. It's card. Anyway, so I absolutely love just this kind of crap that gets bundled in.
Yeah.
So it's. However, I think I think one of the strongest points about the Zelda franchise is its music. Now, I'm not
Yeah.
musically
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
tuned.
Wind Waker
However,
is the
I
best.
don't. Yeah, exactly. Wind Waker, thank you,
Yeah.
is actually my favourite Zelda game.
Oh.
But I think what they would do well to get a CD or whatever, if people still use CDs, and a confirmation of the actual order of what the games are in, because that's always up for discussion.
Yeah,
I think-
that's confusing.
Yeah, the Hyrule
Because-
Encyclopedia, they do need to sort of update it now to
Yeah.
include a couple of new games.
So I that's what made me think of it. I've got those 3 books, and they're really fascinating. Like with the Art and Artifacts Encyclopedia and Hyrule Historia. Now they're brilliant, but they don't give any like definite answers, because I think when they first started out, they kind of thought, they didn't really have a timeline in mind. But I think, I don't know, just some sort of collectible book, soundtrack CD, in a nicely packaged box. I think that'd do well. And their key art is brilliant. So some good quality key art on postcards like this one.
100%.
Definitely physical stuff.
How would you feel-
Absolutely.
Richard, how would you feel about Nintendo possibly putting music onto streaming services like Spotify, like what Square Enix have done?
Yeah, I think that would be good. But you know what they're like with their IP. They're incredibly. And funny enough, I linked in with someone. No, God, who even used that? I spoke to someone on Twitter, and they've reorchestrated some key songs from like Wind Waker, mostly 3D ones, and it's really good. And it's on Spotify actually. I should send you the link. And it does sound official. I'm waiting for him to be taken down, to be fair.
Yeah.
So I don't really want to share it. I don't really want to share it that much, because the poor soul will probably get booted off. But yeah, I think unlocking their stuff to Spotify or Deezer would be great as well. But I'd like the CD just to have.
Oh yeah,
You
of
know,
course.
It's cool
You remember-
stuff.
Yeah, it's like when they released the Mario Galaxy like soundtrack, which had selected songs. You know, the Smash Brothers for Wii U one as well. Like they've always done this sort of thing, and I'm always surprised. I'm surprised they haven't done it again. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think they've probably had to strip back on a lot of stuff. But then you look at, the in-house kind of, like the in-house development team that they have, and they have done some really nice, like collector's edition things like Xenoblade and stuff like that. They've really, I think they're really. I haven't got one myself, but in the past they've done really well. And yeah, I agree with you. I think they've dropped the ball a little bit in terms of special editions.
Right. Okay. Logical Robot. And with the apologies if I seem controversial. No worries. We court controversy on this show. I own a Wii and a Wii U and a Switch, but I'm no longer a fan of Nintendo's handling of, well, everything they do. It rubs me entirely the wrong way. The lack of a true pro in favor of an OLED was the final straw. I think that was how a lot of people felt, if I'm honest.
Yeah. But I think this is another situation, like, and admittedly, I've been in this situation long before in the past. Is the weight of expectation was just too high, based on the fact that the Bloomberg articles and every other outlet were
really
claiming it
was,
to be a 4K Switch when they did release another article afterwards that said, yeah, it's just an OLED model.
Yeah.
So I think people forgot that they had announced, they said there's a 4K model, but there is also an OLED model. And everyone just sat on the fact that it's going to be an OLED model with 4K.
See, just on this and expectation and the conversation we just had there, so it made me think more about what would be a great 31st anniversary package for Zelda.
You froze again.
So, oh no, right, I'll fix that. I mean, I seem fine here, right? Okay, but anyway, yeah.
The perfect pout face on the freeze, though.
Chat's gonna love that. Anyway, keep going, Ciaran.
So keeping expectations in mind here, I think a great 31st anniversary package for Zelda fans would be a new Nintendo Switch model that only runs Zelda. Every Zelda game remastered on that device and only that device, and every single person that makes a purchase of that edition has their own personal symphony orchestra that plays.
Absolutely.
And,
They deserve one, I think.
And if you ask me, I think that sounds reasonable.
That's fine. That's about £600 then.
I think so.
I mean, that's not
great.
much. That's not
for
much
a full
for the
orchestra. That's nothing.
Where would they
What,
stand?
what, the
would
whole-
they go inside your house, or would they stand outside? 'Cause I'd want
actually,
I want it just for me, to be fair.
yeah, I mean, you don't need to be like at your beck and call every second. You could probably just like put them in the shed when they're not using them.
The
Would
parking
the bathroom
garage.
be alright, do you reckon? And just feed them scraps of
Yeah.
old Nintendo menus. Just
Here you go. Have a copy of Nintendo Power from '99 where they were advertising Smash Brothers.
Or the Super Mario cereal. You can have that.
yes,
Oh.
that's just expensive.
Here you go. You can have a couple of extra hearts in Odyssey for it.
Okay, and then Brent says thank you, Richard, for answering his questions honestly. He does appreciate that.
You're welcome.
See, I agree, Deadbeat. We won't rehash it or relitigate it. We did it last week, but Vita ports on Steam Deck would do numbers. I'm telling you.
I didn't say it wouldn't do numbers. I just said the Sony won't do it.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're moving on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
keep
give
your
me all
eyes-
the Star Wars Battlefront. Give me all the Star Wars Battlefront PSP games, and yes, I will buy that.
I'm telling you.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. Keep your eyes on the prize. Let's see. Yes, especially with Nix's software in-house. And then Brent, technically you can already do it, which I assume we mean the Microsoft TV,
Yeah.
with Amazon Fire TVs. Sideload the Game Pass app on its Android OS and connect a Luna controller. Done. Now, there's a
That's
thought.
the Amazon controller, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
And then, no, I lost it. Hold on.
Logic. Do you want me to do it? Because
Yeah.
I've got it here.
Yeah, you go ahead.
So Logical Robot said we should keep in mind how expensive N64 carts were for the time. I worked in a game shop and we sold new N64 games at $69.99.
Yes.
Or even more MSRP. Some hit $80. Yeah, the pricing structure on N64 games was all over the place.
Right.
That's
Do
ridiculous.
you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember having to try? I remember trying to afford and not succeeding in buying. I think it was Donkey Kong 64 perfect up. Oh, here you go. You need to buy the expansion as well. I think back then it was 70 quid or something ridiculous from Woolworths.
That's
So
crazy.
I think, and you know, not going back onto the whole like, well, obviously this is the chat for it, but you know, game prices are going up. We've seen it with things like Returnal. We've seen it with things like Ratchet and Clank. And you know, some Xbox titles as well will do it. Resident Evil Village are going to be more expensive, and people are absolutely screaming about these higher prices, and me included. But I'll still buy them anyway.
Yeah.
But,
Me too.
Yeah, but back in the N64 days, it really was the Wild West of pricing, wasn't it? Especially for N64 games. Like you said, Donkey Kong 64 was like nearly 80 quid with the expansion pack, but most people only bought that game because of the expansion pack.
Is that the one that came with the bongos?
No, that's Donkey Kong.
No.
Okay.
Which was about the same amount and came with 2 plastic drums.
Yeah.
Totally worth it.
And it was actually fun. Whereas Donkey Kong 64 was not.
I don't know, to be fair, I think you asked my parents, was it fun? And me banging drums at 2 a.m. in the morning probably didn't go down too well.
Well, I never owned the drums. I only ever played them around a friend's house.
I was gonna say, yeah, I had
They got in
cousins
trouble, I
that
did
had
not.
it. Yeah, exactly.
See, it's a big brain move, Richard, you know. Don't piss your parents off.
Oh,
Just
God.
piss the other ones off.
I like Deadbeat has a message for you, Ciaran.
Yes.
He said, Nintendo, who hurt you, Ciaran? Who hurt you? That's in regards to our Friday night stream with the ice cream bars. We've never had feasts, I don't think. And then Ciaran doesn't like nuts, so.
Not an ice cream. So.
I was disappointed with that because he discounted Maximum just because of the amount of nuts that were in it.
Yeah, it's a preview of how Friday went, Richard.
I need to listen to it.
You should listen to it. It was genius.
It's debauchery at its finest.
Yeah.
But Zelda versus Rabbids, exactly.
Yeah, he's answering Capcom. Yeah.
I didn't know
they
made
also
Minish
made.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
they made Minish Cap.
Right. I didn't like Minish Cap. I think that's actually when I started. I think that's when I started kind of dropping off. It was too much.
Did you like Oracle? Did you like Oracle of Ages and Seasons as well?
I'm not recalling that one for some reason.
Okay, I was going to say you
look
have a real problem with Capcom developed like Zelda games then.
You know what? It could just be that.
It probably is.
Oh yeah, didn't they? They did have an actual ocarina that shipped with something, because I knew people that had it.
They did, but I don't remember what
it was branded and everything. I don't remember either, but yes, I actually got to hold a real ocarina. I was so hyped because I'm a dork.
An ocarina actually came up the other day in conversation with my dad. I think he was watching something. He was like, "What the heck is that?" I was like, "It's an ocarina."
That's a real instrument.
No, we were watching Tipping Point.
Peace moment in life. This is my moment to shine.
I've been preparing for this moment for 33 years. Let the gaming knowledge come out.
Were they playing Song of Storms though, Pete, on it, or not?
No, because that's the only real way to play an ocarina.
Oh goodness.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it was unfortunate. But, what was this? Logical Robot put, "What madness talk is this? Do not give Nintendo ideas."
That's Kieran's portable orchestra, I'm sure.
I don't think it's that much to ask for, really. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and then Brent put, "That's when game rentals were king." Oh yes, so many N64 games were rented from Blockbuster.
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, I didn't own anything back then. Well, I was a kid, but that's why I rented.
And then
so
forgetting.
Much. Yeah.
And then forgetting.
I did that a lot.
Yeah. And then the parents receiving a bill for like 60 quid because you're 4 months overdue taking something back.
Yeah.
Oopsie. Or be like me and get a friend that works at Blockbuster and they go,
"Oh, nice."
Or you have a friend whose mum works at the library and gets access to all the new games, and then you just don't return them then.
I forgot the library used to get even the US. Oh my gosh, wow. Flashbacks.
Oh, I know. This is great. Look, let's just talk about how the 90s was so much better than now.
No, I don't want to.
No, it's not really. It's not really. It's not. I miss Blockbuster.
Ciaran
though,
would be
honestly.
like,
Yeah. What is this? Woolworths? Blockbuster? What are these things?
I'll tell you what, I remember Woolworths.
Oh, good.
I've been
You're
in a,
not that
I've,
young
I have
then.
been in a Woolworths when I was like 4.
Did you do the customary? I'm gonna steal a penny sweet from there, from the pick a mix.
No, I
A
was
penny sweet.
Pete, I was a very
I was being light on that one, you know.
I have no idea.
It was like,
what a
right,
Woolworths
scoop.
is.
Oh, done.
Whenever you do see a pick and mix when you're younger in a shop and you're like, maybe I could, maybe I won't get caught, maybe those chocolate buttons are looking pretty nice over there.
Yeah. And that's
It's
why
the
the full
shrimps.
That's why the full Monty had the best joke about the pick a mix, where they put individual alarms in each suit.
Oh gosh.
So,
Oh,
one of the funniest moments in that film. He goes, the security guard goes to try and eat one, and it's like it starts
see.
like going off in his mouth. He's like, "What the hell?"
now in
It
the
just
US,
treads on it.
in the US, we had like this little coin box, and you could drop a nickel in and then just take some. Is that?
Oh, we didn't have that. I don't
Oh,
think.
okay.
I think we just took them without
I
spending
didn't have
money.
to. I didn't have to be a thief.
No, but this is America had the system of take a penny, leave a penny. We never
Yeah,
had anything.
we had
like
that too. Oh right, okay. Weird.
Mm.
You thieves. No, I'm kidding. Kidding.
So Brent has put, my local rental place commissioned an artist to paint the side of the building with video game characters like
very
Mario.
cool. I
Oh,
like
that's
that.
cool.
That's very cool. Very cool.
That did you ever see what they did for like big launches, for instance, like Halo? I remember going to, I think it was I can't remember where, like a big shopping centre in London, and I remember seeing an artist being scissor lifted up on the side of a building doing the
Amazing.
Master Chief and stuff, and it was really good. I missed like the effort they went to for things
Yeah.
like that. That was
Wouldn't
so
surprise-
cool.
Wouldn't surprise me if it was like Halo 4 or Halo 5 they did that
think
for.
Yeah, it was. I think it was quite a while back, but it was really, really good. It was like I looked at it and I saw little numbers. I was like, they're just painting by numbers, and then you then you see it on their news channels and stuff. I was like, yeah, I couldn't do that.
No. But
Far too detailed.
I come from a very poor rural town, so we never got to see anything cool. But I did get to see it in like websites and stuff and be like, oh, it must be so cool to live where they play Master Chief on buildings. I'll go look at this cow and imagine it's Cortana.
I was stroking the screen.
One day I'll be there. Chat, if you've got any more questions, Blast Core, what is that?
Oh wow, that is a rare game on the N64.
Rare as in
Rare the company.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
I don't
cool.
remember that.
I had to.
I don't remember Blast Core.
Okay.
It's one of those gems now that people like look back on fondly, and Brent obviously was very fond of it at the time, but I don't remember being that fond of the game myself.
I have to look up a game. I just thought of that.
Yeah, I
must
think.
have been Dreamcast.
I'll
I
have
had a
to-
Dreamcast. There was a game
Ah.
that
I
had.
apologise.
How were the 5 games you had on Dreamcast? Were they?
I think I actually
Wait,
only had
wait.
2. I had Nights into Dreams, which I absolutely loved at the
Yes.
time.
Yeah.
And then I rented the fish one, Seaman.
Seaman. Oh my. Gee, I wonder why you rented Seaman.
I rented it for the name, thank you, Pete. But
That's what I was going with there, you know.
I had this other game that had, that funny actor guy that unfortunately got shot. Phil something, in America. It was on Saturday Night Live. Anyway, I haven't thought of that game in forever. Talk to
Whoa,
each
what?
other. I gotta look this up. Wait, I have to look up this game.
Brent has put that apparently Barscore is on Rare Replay.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Must have a look.
Ah.
Um,
Yes, definitely.
Logical Robot put, I love the Mission Impossible game on the N64 way too much.
Movie tie-in games were brilliant and also awful at the same
And-
time.
Oh,
They were so. What was the I can't remember which one I played, but I remember playing it solely because the cheat codes were just fantastic. Oh, that was quite good. I'm going on a proper nostalgia trip now. Do you remember cheat codes?
Oh yeah.
Oh, cheat codes.
I would get magazines and books that had cheat codes in it. So.
The old action replays or game genies and stuff
Game
like that.
genies.
Did anyone actually use one of them? Because I did for Banjo-Kazooie, which was really embarrassing. And I remember racking up a horrendous bill that I had to explain. Just because, and I remember ringing them and asking how to get past a certain bit, and you know they helped for £10. I think it cost at the end of the day. But yeah,
that was
I actually
$10
rang
in America.
one.
Yeah.
Awful.
Aye,
It was, yeah.
We've definitely.
That was a lot of money.
Yeah.
To be fair, it put you in good stead for your potential job later on in life, eventually.
Exactly.
True.
Paid off. I've made that money back, thankfully.
And the rest, yeah.
Also, the game I was talking about wasn't a Dreamcast game. It was a PlayStation game called Blasto, and it was Phil Hartman that voiced the character.
I've never heard of that game.
I've never heard of that.
It was a lot like the worm game. What is it? Earthworm Jim.
Oh, right.
Jim,
Which I do love.
What was it called?
which was great.
Blasto.
So basically, it was a B tier Earthworm Jim.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I do remember that cover. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna have a look now.
It looked like an absolute knockoff Captain Planet, though. Jesus Christ.
Blasto sounds like some sort of fizzy drink.
Oh my
I
god.
don't remember that.
It wouldn't surprise me back in that day, considering we had things like Cool Spot and that.
Oh,
Yeah,
right. Let's see.
Sonny. I don't remember that. That we are talking of that, aren't we?
Yes, that's
Yes.
it. Yeah. That's so weird. That just like popped in my head. I could have swore it was Dreamcast. But I also had this Dreamcast game that had all the Monty Python people doing voices. Of
What?
Like, yeah, it was funny. It was
Oh, yeah.
hilarious. It was about a dragon. But I couldn't remember the name of it. If you
I'm gonna have
gave
to
me $1
find
million.
it. now.
Yeah, it's all the Monty Python guys, and it's a dragon, stars in it, and it's hilarious. But I was a kid, so. But it's Monty Python. That's probably still funny. But let's see. We've got. I love the Mission Impossible game on N64 way too much. Oh wait, you already said that, didn't you? And then remember print game guides written by.
Oh, yeah. Primer Games.
Oh my gosh.
Primer
and then
games all the
Nintendo
way.
magazine and stuff. And going online. Oh, what was it? What was the website where everybody would go?
Game FAQs.
Yes, that's it. Yes.
Classic bit of game facts there.
All the
Absolutely.
community curated facts you can handle. Or game
Oh,
guides.
That was so. That was. But this is a question actually. Has anyone replayed a game while using specifically a game guide, like from start to finish, or have you only used them to complete certain parts of the game?
I used for Final Fantasy VII the original. I bought Final Fantasy VII and the game guide because it was beautiful. And I say I bought it. I begged my mom to buy it. I used the game guide from beginning to end, and it had like so many secrets and stuff in there. It was so cool. But outside of that,
It's
I've
a
never
huge
used it.
game.
Oh,
Mine
it's
is-
huge.
Mine's kind of similar, but a little bit more stupid than your one.
Right.
In the fact that I was in college and I was doing my first playthrough of Final Fantasy VII,
Right.
and I needed a walkthrough
Yeah.
because I got particularly stuck on a certain area.
It was so
So I decided that I was going to go on Game FAQs
right?
and print the entire document using the college printers.
Oh no, Pete!
Let's just say you can hear a little bit, but not that much. It's fine. Don't worry.
Okay. Cool.
Thank you for
Yeah,
following.
let's just say that I completely clogged up the college printing in the IT area for about 3 hours.
Oh my
And
gosh.
then the woman was like, "Is this college work?" I went, "Absolutely, it is."
Absolutely. Did you get charged
It's
by
just
the
gonna
sheet?
get me an A.
No, I did not. I did not get charged. I quickly walked up once it was finished going, and went,
Oh
and
my
left.
gosh.
What, stop burning your hand? It was that hot.
Oh, that was the. And then I persisted on that night, actually sitting there, like put it in a folder, and then use the walkthrough for the rest of the game
Oh
to
my
get me through as
gosh.
much as possible. Especially the chocobo breeding. The chocobo breeding was mental, so I needed a guide for that alone.
Oh, that's crazy. Let's see. PC demo discs, yes. I remember.
Oh, Or just demo discs.
Just
in
demo
general.
discs.
Yeah, I was going to say
Yeah.
that. Like, I remember I was telling you guys like the other week that I found a very old official Xbox
Yes.
magazine. I remember getting a demo disc in that, and it had Via Pinata Trouble in Paradise demo, which is
Wow.
a
That's-
sublime game, beautiful.
I love
Is
it.
it Viva
Um,
Pinata?
I love all
Yeah,
of
Via
David
Pinata and
Pinata's.
Trouble in Paradise. Yeah, it's great.
So good.
So good.
It had had something else on it. It had something like say one of those weird kind of Space Invader knockoff things, like
Right.
spin-off things. It was
There's
like weird.
always a knockoff of those. now.
And then there was like
Always.
something else. I feel there's a Dead Space 2 demo on one of the demo discs I had as well because that then made me buy the game. Like I remember playing the Dead Space 2 demo and being utterly terrified by it, and then going like as soon as I finished it, I went to my dad and said, "Dad, I want this game." He says, "You're not going to be scared of that?" I'm like, "No, no."
Dead.
And I kid you not. I kid you not. I did complete it, and I was like, what? Whenever Dead Space 2 came out, like I completed it, so I was like at least like under the age of 14 or something. But like I would take it so slow, so I'd get to a jump scare, I would pause the game, quit, and then go back to it the next day when I'd like cooled
Yeah,
down a
I
bit.
still do that, and I'm 32. I got my partner bought me Resident Evil 2 because I love Village, and I bought
yeah.
so he got me the Xbox remake, and I can't get past the first boss. Cannot do it. I keep pausing. I keep the pausing
it's so
You said
good.
14. Do it, and I'm a fully grown adult mostly. And
Mostly.
you know,
Admittedly, I booted it up on PS4, the 2 remake, and I got into that first section where you're like just outside of Raccoon City,
Oh,
And,
right.
and even the zombies in there with hardly any ammo were freaking me out, and I was like, I don't know if I can play this. This is mental already.
That's
Oh, goodness.
that's the thing. I'll be interested to see what happens if I do end up streaming Dead
Mhm.
Space on this channel.
Yeah,
Dead
that's the
Space
Halloween.
remake as well. Just
That's
now.
the Halloween
Yeah,
special.
exactly. Because that's one thing. I've played Dead Space 2 and since the other day, Richard. I've never been able to get through Dead Space 1. Never. But I've got
Is
it on
it
PC.
because it's too? Is it because it's too creepy, or because it's
It's,
janky?
it's the scariest of all of them. I think that's why. Every time I try and go and play it, like, it's the atmosphere of it. It's just so. Oh, it's eerie. I don't like it
This
at all.
this is the thing. I'm the same as you, and to be fair, kudos to you. I keep flicking past Dead Space on Game Pass, and everyone's like, "Yeah, you should play it. It's really good." And you know, it's made by Visceral Games, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who were EA. So
Right.
you know, in terms of developer, it's a good developer, but it's the suspense. It's not knowing what is round there, and going back to Resident Evil Village and Resident Evil 4, fine with those because it's
Yeah.
all a little bit actiony, you know, it's
Oh,
all
yeah,
a little bit like,
definitely.
oh my god, like.
Mhm.
But as soon as you put me in a mansion with no music, no, I'm out.
Oh,
Sorry, can't do it.
I'm still looking for the game that will scare me. That's my goal every year.
Eternal
Yeah.
Darkness on GameCube. Come on, if you ever played it.
Oh,
I
Eternal
haven't played that
what
one,
a
I
game.
haven't.
No, what a game
I
that
will
is
look
as well.
into that.
I don't think that's as like horror as like Dead Space. It's more psychological than anything.
But that's what I need. I need
Yeah.
psychological stuff. to
Well, then
work
that's
on.
right.
I mean, I still remember like the whole like slew of PC horror games that were out like ages ago, and you download them and warning, this game is known to give people mental breakdowns and need
Outlast.
psychiatric
Oh,
help. And it's like, oh wow, this must be terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh
It was
my
like the same that
gosh.
he used to put on the beginning of the Resident Evil games as well. It's like,
And then I'm
whoa.
sitting here now looking back and I'm thinking, if that was the case, then why is it on Steam? Why are they still letting that out there?
You can play
Oh.
them again just on handheld format next year. So
Oh
brilliant.
gosh. Yep.
Yeah, just in case I want to get scared on the train during my morning commute.
Oh my gosh. Danger Zero, I don't know if you're a bot or not. If you're not a bot, say something and then I'll read that, but I think that may be a bot. Let's see.
I don't know. I don't want to assume. To be honest.
Dead Space was the game I intentionally forgot how to walk forward partway through. No game. Oh, because you just got scared? No
Oh,
game has
right.
had that impact on me since. And then Brent, I still have nightmares about the dogs in RE1
Oh.
on PS1.
Yeah. Having them jump out of a window is absolutely not okay. I'm sorry. Again, playing Resident Evil 2, I'm on the 3rd floor of the police station, and I still walk past those windows, thinking bloody dogs are gonna jump through it. But no, it's a helicopter with zombies
That's
in
right.
them.
That's
So it's
right.
like, so
Yeah.
it's
I was exactly the same back in the day with Resident Evil 2 as well. Like when I played it on PlayStation 1, I thought there were going to be dogs that jump through the window at certain different points. It was like, oh, no dogs. And then it just completely subverts your expectation as well. It's like, this is worse.
Let's see.
I'm actually interested, Kylie.
Right?
You said no game has scared you. Is that right?
That-
I just
and-
want to revisit this.
Yes, that includes the alien one. The
Alien Isolation.
Isolation.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
was-
I did hear that Alien Isolation kind of got a bit samey after a few
That's-
times you died.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
you die and you're like,
that's-
right, okay, I get it now.
that's what happens with me
Uh-huh.
and my ridiculous brain. I start to see the patterns and it just takes me out of it.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Or it ends up being like really well written, like Outlast 2, which just like draws me into the story. Or Silent Hill, I think it's like Revelations or something, where they retell it from the daughter, from
Oh,
her point
yeah.
of view. Oh my gosh, like I get drawn into it, so I forget about the horror
I
stuff.
think- I think you've hit on a really good point, actually. I think a lot of people, myself included, forget that actually underneath the jump scares is often a really good story.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think, so, yeah, so it's, sometimes it's not, but yeah,
Mhm.
it's
Like-
just annoying. Like, if someone completely opposite to you, I'd love to get past those scares to
Right.
enjoy the story, but I struggle quite often.
Yeah, I'll tell you another one that's a really good story, but just the first one. The second one's terrible, but that's Layers of Fear.
Oh, yeah. I've
Oh,
heard this.
yeah.
It really, like, once it tries to give you some jump scares, it does some psychological horror stuff, but again, I get so drawn into the story itself. I'm like, okay, yeah, there's blood in the bathtub. I don't care. I need to find the next piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, it's like another good one for like really psychological horror is Silent Hill 2.
Yeah.
Unbelievably
Yeah.
intense, like atmospheric game. It's ridiculous. Play the original if you're going to play it, not the remake, because the remake's terrible. Yeah. What about Evil Within? What?
That's more story-ish, yeah.
No, I couldn't do it. Downloaded it, uninstalled it within half an hour. It's right. I've got a real issue with. Okay, you've got your monsters, you've got your things. When they start breaking through rules, it's like Resident Evil Biohazard. You're fine. Yeah, brilliant. They're all
Yeah.
crazy. Your girlfriend's gone mental and all this stuff. But what's his name? Pete or something? Steve? Whatever his name is. Starts walking around. Jack starts walking around and starts smashing through walls. Where are you safe?
Right.
The safe rooms
You're
aren't
not-
even safe,
you're
from
not
what I
safe
remember.
anywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Oh,
it's
that-
kind of like
Yeah.
that. Okay, this is cool. We've gotten to this thing. Okay, so Dead Rising. I think people must really like Dead Rising because you get tired of beating down the zombies. You can return to the safe room and take a break.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
Dead Rising is a ton of fun. Like
Oh,
Dead
it
Rising
is.
2
Yeah, that's just
in
fun.
Vegas, it was brilliant.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah.
fun. It's like we're gonna be like you're like Darth Maul chainsaw.
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was great.
All the different things you can create. But
Oh, that
And
is fun.
like graphically and technically, it was
Oh.
really good at the time, wasn't it? 360,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it had
Did it not have like
crowd
multiple
size.
endings as well? I swear it had
Mm.
multiple endings, depending on like
Oh,
because
it
you had to
does.
like get.
No, it
yeah, you had
does.
to. The story was like there was a timer, the full story, which I didn't like about the kind of series, but
Yeah.
you'd have to go and get your kind of
Mhm.
shot.
Yeah.
Oh, was that the
And-
second one?
No,
Yeah, it was
well,
the second one was your daughter. It was your daughter in the second
Yeah.
one. You had to go out and get the vaccine stuff for her every
Yeah.
so often. And that basically
Zombrex.
advanced the story.
she had to
Yeah,
have
Zombrex.
Zombrex.
That's it.
Brilliant.
Yeah. That is like the worst. That is the
Aye,
most
it was just-
Capcom name for any sort of
It
vaccine
just
ever.
it sounds like a herpes medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on that point of like no safe room, like, and that's nothing with Dead Space. Dead Space, like you're on this ship and you're basically the only living person on that
Mhm.
with these eldritch, grotesque horrors that could
Right.
jump out at you any second. There is the occasional safe room where you go and you can like get a new suit on and stuff like that and get some upgrades. But on that,
Ciaran, but can you confirm that you do not get attacked? Because I may play it because of you talking about it. But if I tell you what, now, I know we've only just met, but if I get into a safe room and I get attacked, we are going to have some serious issues.
listen, mate, I know in Dead Space 2, right, that never happened. Dead Space 2, whenever I came across the room, there's like this little, basically the whole thing was you step into this kind of tube thing and then like it spins you around and then the door closes, it opens up and boom, you've got a new shiny suit on and stuff. And basically whenever that was in a room, I was like, right, that's the safe room. I think maybe there might be a couple of times where they deliberately try and throw something in because they expect you to
Right.
go
Yeah,
there. Because
course.
I don't know if it was in one, but in two you can basically turn on like an objective tracker and it'll show you the pathway to the nearest weapon bench or the nearest
Right.
things. And I was like, right, I've started a new level. Where can I go first? Down a bit, and I
Yeah.
was like, but it was also with Dead Space. It was the grotesqueness of it all because they would deliberately show you people
'cause-
turned into these monstrosities, and it was all that kind of that kind of influence from movies like The Thing and stuff like that.
yeah, because Ciaran, you
Um,
said you don't like body horror. That's your.
Oh, body horrors! Again, I watched Alien when I was like 8 or something, but like even to this day, like stuff like that just makes me squirm. So like Dead Space, especially given what monsters are in it, it's just it's
Now, see,
no.
I'm the type of person. Speaking of like body horror and that kind of thing, Half-Life 2, when the scientists have the things on their head and they're going,
Oh.
I start to feel bad for them. They're still human under there.
I think it is. It's just, I think those types of it's weird, isn't it? How different enemy types trigger different
Responses?
reactions from players. Like I've just started to replay from yesterday. I've just started to play Last of Us 2.
Right.
Recently got a PS5 and I thought, oh, let's give it a go and with the FPS boost, etc. And I was like, oh, I made it. It's not going well this time. I don't know what's happened, but it's the fact that they're still human.
Right.
Kylie, I
Yes.
think you
Yes. That's.
mentioned it. It's the fact that they're still human.
Anytime.
Whereas Dead Space, they're all like,
Oh yeah, they are. Those things ain't human anymore.
Yeah. Once they cross the line, it's okay.
then-
baby or something.
Oh, right,
Baby
yeah,
at
in
one
Dead
point.
Space 2, there's a level where you go into a nursery
Oh,
and
right.
and
no.
there's like these babies and they're
my
essentially
God.
human bombs because they've
Oh,
mutated, and then
no.
you end up in this high school as well, and all the kids have been turned into these monsters, and but the kids, because the little ones, they come in packs, so like when you
Yeah.
meet them, they just swarm at you, and you just don't have the ammo for that, and you just eventually you start
Yeah.
beating them down.
Oh,
Um,
Yeah, it's a no.
it's
It's
intense.
a no.
Pete, do you want to catch
That's,
up on
but
chips?
that's my copy of Dead Space sold then. I'm never playing that game.
Oh, it's honestly, I mean, Dead Space 3 was more action. I think that's
Yeah.
that's why people
Chat's
didn't really like
Talking
Dead Space
about
3.
that one.
Yeah, I'm getting to that. So, Logical Robot put Dead Space is just filled with dread, actual physical dread. Brent has put, I also used to have nightmares about prey mimics. Prey,
Ooh,
Logical
Prey.
Robot put Prey is so good
Wow.
but overlooked.
Prey and
Yeah, I'm gonna try
Fear.
that.
Yeah, Prey is
I still need
good.
to try it.
Fear is
Yeah,
actually
Prey
good
Park's
too.
good.
Oh, Fear's crazy. That's
It's a great
that series is
storyline.
madness.
Oh, is that the one with the little girl at the beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, with Alma, or they used real footage, didn't
Alma.
they?
They
I
did.
remember that. Oh
Yeah.
wow, I remember that. That's Ciaran. That goes into the whole like the PC fear stage.
Yeah.
Horror.
Yeah.
Fear
That was
cool.
definitely one of those.
Yeah, Fear 1 and 2 were great. Fear 3 wasn't as good, I don't think, but
I don't
it's
think I
the
played
same thing.
3. I don't think.
Yeah, Brent's put Village wasn't bad, but I didn't like the Dollhouse Basement. I don't even know what that is, so
Oh, so
Oh,
has
yeah.
anyone
I
else
don't,
played Resident
I
Evil
don't want to know
Village?
because I haven't played it yet. So.
Yeah, I've not
Okay.
played it. I don't plan on playing it.
I
so,
played it
mean,
all
So
the
no
way
spoilers.
Yeah.
So Kylie,
Yeah.
spoiler free. House Beneviento is fairly. It's at one point in the game. That pause button got a good use. That's all I'm saying.
I have to say, and we'll keep it spoiler free. I've got a giant fly in here. I'm so sorry. Anyway, he's trying to get camera time. But without going into spoilers, there's, like 4 or 5 separate bosses, we'll say.
Yeah.
And out of all of them, we'll say the one that is connected to the dollhouse one is the one that freaked me out the most. But, still not scared, but enough to go, ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good. It's getting there.
Yeah. Brent has put bad things happen to others in safe rooms, but not you in Dead Space.
That's one way to look at
Okay.
it.
Yeah. There's moments where there's like people that are still alive, but not for very long. They're there for
yeah.
an acceptance, essentially. But the Logical Robot after that said, Richard, Dead Space 3, you should try that one because that's actually get co-op. That was another reason why people didn't think it was so scary because it was the first co-op entry in the thing. Takes away at least some of the tension and replaces it with loads of microtransactions
A
instead.
cuss load.
There was a lot of microtransactions, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't pre-order Dead Space 3 just to get the cool suit you get from the pre-order bonus.
Oh yeah.
Some of the
The
suits
suit
in
is
Dead Space 3 are
'Cause
amazing.
Ciaran likes cosmetics too, so.
I love cosmetics. Literally, like, brilliant stuff.
And then Brent finished up by saying, "Don't tell him that. Start from the beginning. I didn't make it to 3."
Okay, so I'll put my hands up. I didn't realise that there was 3 games. I don't know why. I just thought it was Dead Space 1 and 2. So Dead Space fans, then, do you have to go through 1, 2, and 3
Yes.
chronologically?
Right, yeah, because Dead Space 3 picks up after 2, like a bit after 2 anyway. I think the story
Okay.
to Dead Space is interesting. It is like very cosmic horror-y. Like basically, because there's a reason why the necromorphs in the game are a thing, and like that's the whole kind of point. Dead Space 2 is the most story-heavy, I would say. Dead Space 3 is just a Dead Space 3 wasn't as great. Dead Space 2, I think, was the perfect blend of the horror of 1, but then the more
Action.
story action experience that kind of came after that kind of time of games and horror games. But Dead Space, I'd say, is my favourite out of them. I mean, I'm just not saying it because I still don't have completed. Well, Dead Space 3 as well, but yeah, Dead Space 2 is great. Dead Space 1, there's no voice acting. Your main character doesn't have a voice actor yet. They only got a voice actor for the second game.
Silent
So,
protagonist.
It was. I think it was done intentionally, though. I think they wanted the silent protagonist in the first game.
Yeah, but there is voices in the first one, but yeah, there is spoken words and stuff in the first one, but not from you as a character. So most of Dead Space 1 is very quiet until something jumps out and starts screaming at you. And then Dead Space 2 has quite an interesting narrative to it.
So, hang on, let me make a note. Do not play Dead Space 1. Look at YouTube playthroughs so I can get used to the story. Thank you.
Brent has put, technically, you can play the comic arcade game to skip the first, but I don't recommend that. Logical Robot has put, 1 has the best horror atmosphere, 2 has improved controls and combat, 3, killed the IP until this week, that is.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
I mean, I'm interested to see if this takes off, like, because if Dead Space 1's getting remastered, see Dead Space 2 with the same graphics.
Mm-hmm.
And it's next gen only, isn't it? Next gen
Yeah,
and PC
next
only?
gen only.
I think that's a good move, to be honest.
Yeah, it's about time we get that, I think.
Yeah,
Not just because I've got both next gen consoles, but
well, I also think because of the fact that split development on cross generations are obviously costing more money. It's I think if we were actually out of a pandemic right now, we would be focusing more on next gen rather than cross generational stuff. But because of obviously the way the world has been, people haven't been able to get next gen consoles. Myself included.
I think we should wrap up the podcast.
Yeah,
portion.
I was about to say,
Yeah, I was gonna.
But we'll stay online. And we'll do a little bit more of a wrap up for the streamers. But let's wrap up the podcast portion. Thanks. We want to thank Richard so much for being our special guest and
thank you.
telling us.
Thank you so
everything.
much.
We love having you on.
Yeah,
We had a bit of everything in this one, didn't we? It was
We
good.
did, yeah. But since we've got you, how about telling the folks out there in podcast land how they can get a hold of you or see your stuff or any of those wonderful things?
Cool. So my Twitter handle is NintenMouse. spelt with a 5 at the end. I'll put it somewhere.
I'll add it to the
and
description, don't
Pete
worry.
always
you.
adds it, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, that's pretty much where you can see me. And you'll probably see me if you're a fan of Nintendo and you read my NintendoNews.com. I'm still reviewing games for them, so I've stepped down, but stepped across. I'm still reviewing first-party games, and I am attending events which I'll be doing in the near future for Nintendo. So still doing that stuff, and yeah, GPN.gg is our website, and that will be launching on the 3rd of August with a lot of fanfare, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, if you head over to there, or on Twitter as well, we'll be getting some hype building for the launch early next month, which is going to be awesome. But thank you guys, it's been a pleasure.
Ah, always.
And
Yeah, thanks for
also
joining us.
go onto Richard's profile. You'll find Together We Play, and you'll find a link to the Discord there if you want to join some awesome gamers who want to join some sessions.
Yeah.
You know, or just generally chat to like-minded people in your area. And yes, that's not a fake
Yeah,
profile, I promise.
it's like
I love-
find singles in your area.
That was kind of
I've
what I
seen
was
those-
going
I've
for.
seen those on-
Have you seen the Not Safe for Work channel in that Discord?
Yeah, so I'm not a head admin anymore. I don't know what goes on. I do know what goes on. It's a
I know
great place to
exactly.
be. But like Pete said, yeah, it's a great Discord to go to, and you know we've got some really exciting things planned for Together We Play. And although I've stepped back, it's a phenomenal community to be part of.
Very
I
good.
wouldn't talk about it as much as I did if it wasn't amazing, you know, and incredibly accommodating, like they have been to me, you know, organising sessions.
Now.
Legend, Pete. Thank you.
Not a word I'd use lightly, but hey, you said it, not me.
and it's recorded for posterity.
Thank you.
Now, Pete, correct me if I'm wrong before I wrap this up. On our little thing at the end, does it have our personal stuff?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so Pete, then tell everyone where to find you.
You can find me, once again, on Together We Play Discord, where I'm organising sessions. But if you wanted to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter, @PeteBeckett1, which is spelled BECKETT, and the number 1.
Excellent. Ciaran, what about you?
Yeah, you can find me mostly on Twitter at the McGinn, which is THEE and then MCGINN. And yeah, on there you can find my reviews for Rapid Reviews UK. And also I've got my own personal blog where I write about movies, TV, games, and if you keep your eyes peeled this week, I've got a little special something coming this week, which is been driving me crazy today, but I hope it'll be out very soon.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm honestly looking forward to reading that article.
I was
so let us know
gonna
what it's
drop
about.
a teaser for that, but Ciaran hit it, so.
Yeah.
All right. And then no, I'm gonna wrap it up. Okay.
Kylie, yourself? Yeah, no.
Yeah. If you want to find me, I'm over on Twitter at Kiley to Greet, KLEYTHGREET. All right.
Yeah, Deadbeat Punk has quickly asked the question of Richard, I believe it is. Can you shout about ice cream in the Discord?
Ice cream. What, as in physically shout, or?
I guess so, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Our mini adventures on Friday of shouting about ice cream.
Yeah, I need
Oh
to
my
listen to
God.
this.
Oh, it's.
What is this? Quick question for Pete. Do you know when filming starts for Whiplash 2? Because I loved you in the first.
Pete, honestly, I've never
Oh, Jesus.
thought of that. That is genius. You are like
Miles Teller.
Miles Teller's like distant long lost brother.
Oh dear. Okay, I'm wrapping this up. You guys can
Yeah.
banter off of this.
Yeah, and Deadbeat Punk is
Stop it.
finished up. No, Deadbeat Punk is just finished up by saying the fury of 1,000
Hey.
things. And that's
Let's wrap
it.
this
We're done. We're done.
Let's wrap this up.
Okay, we're wrapping the podcast up. And thank you guys out there listening on the podcast. Remember, you can join us every week on Twitch at twitch.tv/Rapid Reviews. As you can probably hear, you got a little taste of it. We have a wild and crazy chat, but we have a great time and one of the best communities out there. So we will talk to everyone next week. Bye.
Later.
See ya.
Bye.
That ends the podcast.
Right.
You can
We
finish.
are
You can stop your recording.
Still
now.
on
Oh,
stream. And
Okay, let me
now
just-
you can talk about ice cream.
Yeah. So, Richard, stop the recording. Go to wherever it is. So export as a WAV.
File. Let me. I want to do it now, if that's all right, just
That's
so
fine,
I
yeah.
can make sure. WAV, yeah.
Yes, please. Just save
So,
it as Richard Raw or whatever you want to call it.
Ooh.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, we like to go in
Rich-
raw here, you know.
See what
I had to
happens
get
when
one- I had to get one in,
second
alright?
Righty.
the second we finish,
No, to be honest, it's more for my labelling purposes. So no, it is actually
Oh.
a raw file rather
So
than.
you have a collection then?
Oh yeah, I've
Oh,
got
there
a
we go.
collection of all your voices.
Raw.
Yeah,
Yours.
Oh god.
no,
I've exported it. That is
Yes.
done, I
yes,
believe.
and then you just got to upload it, I believe, to like Google or somewhere like that, so you can share the link for me to download it because it won't go in Discord.
But if you don't have
Really
a
not.
Google,
What about email?
I say if you don't have a Google Drive, we have a Rapids review one.
We do have one, yeah. So let me.
Could you
see.
send me the link to it? Is it
Let me have a
password protected, etc.?
I believe so. Let me have a look and see if I can access it.
Oh, that was good fun, guys. Thank you. By the way.
Yeah.
It's very good.
No
that was
worries.
great.
It was
Yeah.
always a good laugh. Yeah,
Yeah.
and you.
Let me. Oh, by the way, that recommendation I got for a game on Friday, Tori 3D.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
The game is fantastic.
good.
It's
Glad to
brilliant.
hear it.
Yeah,
That's very
Um,
good.
Richard, a game called Tori 3D, TOREE 3D. It's like.
Oh, I thought you were talking
98
like Tory as in.
Yeah, not
no,
not that.
no,
yeah.
no. I'm not talking about those gammons. You know.
I was like, wow, sounds like a good game.
Yeah, TOREE 3D. It's like a 3D, like really indie, like 3D platformer, and it's surprisingly
yeah.
more fun than you'd believe it is.
Is it what platform?
Switch, PC, you know,
Oh.
everything basically.
Oh, God bloody hell! It's got a good score. This
Yeah.
one. Might have to give it a go. I think
Yeah.
it's quite cheap on the eShop, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like 98p at the moment.
Oh wow. Adding that. Thank you.
You've now just
Yeah.
you just made me start pitching a Tory game where you play as a conservative.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
God.
Just picture it, right? Just like take
Oh,
on the
here we
role of
go.
a Tory Prime Minister as you destroy the NHS and working class in a new
my gosh.
3D realised environment.
I think that would go down quite well, wouldn't it? Do you reckon it'd go by
it'd be fantastic,
classification? Would be, wouldn't it?
I mean, they do make it as if their job's like horrible. So maybe we should take a
Oh
walk
yeah.
around their
There you
shoe.
go. Oh my gosh.
Hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, the possibilities. Oh my.
Oh, wait, we're finished recording now, aren't we?
We have been
Well-
recording, yeah.
We're still streaming though.
Cool. No worries. Cool. Yeah, no worries. Dinner's ready.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll wrap this up pretty quick.
Okay,
It's
so
fine.
Richard, just posted it in our chat. That's the email address for the drive. I'll find the
There,
password for you so you can log in and just do that quick.
Cool. That's on. Is that on Google Drive?
Google Drive,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I'll try not to do what I did. I got an email from Nintendo to go somewhere soon,
Yeah.
and it's heavily embargoed.
Oh, dear.
And it's heavily embargoed. Now, I've got access to the GPN Google Drive, and on my phone, and I opened up by the embargoed Nintendo,
Yeah.
and I did it, and I uploaded accidentally to the GPN OneDrive, and I had to, and it was like, you cannot share this document. It's like, oh no!
Oh
It
no!
got deleted. It got deleted,
Oh,
thankfully. But I
wow.
just thought, when your stomach drops.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I remember.
Oh.
I remember when Kylie was doing the Doom Eternal stuff, and we
Oh.
had both me and you read through that entire document.
It was a
like,
huge
Mm.
NDA. It was huge.
yeah,
huge,
'cause we
huge.
were at because
Was
she'd
it?
included my
Embargo?
help. Yeah, the embargo was immense. Like, it was the worst embargo I think I've ever seen in my life. Like,
We were
Really?
restricted
Yeah,
from
you couldn't-
everything.
yeah,
Everything.
you couldn't even talk about the game. You couldn't even talk that you even had the game
Oh.
until like 2
Mm.
days.
And I
before
was
it
supposed
released.
to, and I had to review it without revealing any of the bosses. No
Oh, they didn't let
gameplay.
you-
None of the
Bosses.
story.
None of the story. None of the gameplay except for what they showed on their own website. Yep. So
That's awful.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
surely
you
you
could stream the game, but only 24 hours before the game was due to release.
And we can only stream the very beginning. What, Ciaran?
Yeah.
I mean, surely in like a written review, they could still talk about how the game felt without giving away too much.
Yeah, I could do
You
that.
could, yeah.
But I was
Yeah.
doing a video review.
Oh, right.
So I
okay.
Yeah,
had
so
Oh,
we use publicly available
I had to
material.
go use their
I
own.
literally-
Yeah.
What are you talking about? You had to. I had to, more like. I downloaded the videos from Bethesda client.
It was a team
And
effort.
I know it was a team effort. It took us until 4 in the morning to get
Oh.
this done.
We had literally like 48 hours.
Yeah,
They just dropped it in our lap. Said, "Hey, you can have this."
Junk.
it
Wow.
was mental,
That-
and it took you nearly 24 hours
I'm not
to
gonna
download the
lie.
game.
I'm not gonna lie. Just for review purposes, I did in fact play it on the easiest level because
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
I had to.
that's
I was
you
like,
have
I
to get through it as quickly as
Yeah.
possible.
Exactly.
When it comes to
I think I-
reviews, you just have to do something just to get through the game and see the vast majority of it.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Even though I couldn't talk about it. Brent says, good call on the beef pie. Badgers and foxes as enemies. This is going to be some
For the-
kind
For the Conservative
moment.
game.
of... Right, okay. I don't know
Oh,
what any of that means.
Because the Tories hunt foxes, and also there's that
Yeah.
badger troll like a few years ago. Because badgers have TB.
Is that you?
Oh, they had-
That's me.
Mac OS X, yeah. Cool.
That's me. Yeah.
So I'll type this in the chat for you. So I'm not gonna.
Cool.
No.
Thank you.
My
Had a funny
file's gonna
internet
take-
number. Woohoo!
Yeah,
There you
my file's uploading to Southpeak.
At the number
Yeah.
shown on your device. So what number out of it is up?
69.
The
Yes.
internet
Hey.
number! Yay!
Yay!
There you go.
You're
You should
signed
have
in.
access there.
Cool. Thank you. I will get
Yeah,
that
so-
uploaded.
Yeah, once it's in there, just send me the link and then I can download it from there.
Shall I just do? Do you want it in any specific? Or are you okay? Just me to create it on the front screen.
Just add it anywhere. Doesn't matter. I think there's only one thing in there anyway.
Cool. That is being uploaded as we speak. There we
Yeah,
go.
same here.
Mine will be
Brilliant.
after we're done, because I can't get to near my windows.
That's fine. It's
Yeah.
not a problem.
Mine's be like
I'll be honest,
30 minutes.
I'm not even going to touch this until probably tomorrow. 'Cause
That's what
I'm
she said.
so hungry. I haven't eaten since like 11 this morning. And yeah, it sounds
my
like your
dinner's
dinner's
literally sitting on the side. Oh.
Yeah,
You feel free to go and have your dinner now if you want.
yeah.
Mate.
Are you sure?
Oh,
Absolutely,
absolutely. No, you
Yeah,
don't.
I'm
Don't
not
feel,
hold
no,
you
no, no,
back.
no.
It's steak as well. It's steak and it's
Oh
still
my
hot.
gosh.
There is no way you let that go cold. Go now.
Go now.
I'm off.
Go now. May the
Oh,
force be
thank
with
you so much, guys.
No
And Ciaran,
worries.
it's awesome to meet you.
Yeah, lovely to meet you, man. Great
Yeah,
chat.
thanks for coming on, Richard. It was
Thank you.
amazing. We've
Always
loved
wonderful.
The broad range of subjects there.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. No,
Alright.
really appreciate it, guys.
So,
Take
yeah,
care.
take care. On record,
too.
good luck for the third
Yes.
and the new site and everything.
Absolutely.
Thank you. We're gonna need it. No, we'll be alright.
Nah, you got it.
Alright.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Absolutely.
Cheers, guys.
All right.
See you
Take care,
later.
bud. Bye.
Bye. Excellente.
Amazing.
Are we still live?
We are still
yeah.
live.
Are we?
So we will.
Yeah, I just didn't want to leave Richard like staring
No,
at
at a
that juicy
steak.
ass piece of steak, you know.
Yeah.
Gonna
Pete,
be
I
good.
don't know what it is. You're getting more off the rails every week.
Because you're here, my friend. I haven't got to take so much responsibility these days. It's been half my workload has been taken from me. I can sit back and relax now.
Oh goodness. Oh,
I'm not the all-seeing Overlord Sauron that used to be there.
Uh-huh.
Ciaran is the absolute G, being honest.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, those little hobbits did steal his jewellery. Little thief.
Little buggers. Those thieving little hobbits.
to make matters worse, they destroyed it. They destroyed his precious ring. They threw it in a lava pit. They threw it in a volcano even. Like, it's a bit
Yes.
extreme. Just to
That
pull
is a
a
bit
plank on
much,
some guy. You know?
Some old guy.
Is it any wonder he got the Mordor Neighbourhood Watch to go after them? They're hooligans. Hooligans, I say.
Oh, yes. Sauron was the good guy all along. Although a
He
lot of
may have
people do
even-
argue that.
I mean, it's probably true. Let's be honest here.
Well, if
I
you...
mean, realistically not. I think actually, like, the way it was designed was, or the way it was written, because Tolkien, like, I think Tolkien participated in a World War, and he, like, took a lot of
Mhm.
experience from that to write
Yeah.
it, and then also that people like to assume and look at it as um, environmentalism versus industrialization, because that was the time industrialization was still
Yeah.
coming into
Running, Jonathan, running late today, not long.
Right. But no,
Yeah,
Ciaran,
I'm gonna get back to some of these questions, to some of these comments anyway.
I want to talk to Ciaran.
Yeah, you can. You can. I just wanted to go and talk
No,
about
but a
this.
lot
so-
of people do say that. But I actually have read where he actually writes about his motivations for writing it, and it was about war versus peace. He saw a
Yeah.
lot of terrible things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's that, and then, like, if you think about it as well, you think about Mordor and, like, see if you think about how Mordor and also Isengard produced their armies in the movies, it's very production line.
Right.
It's as if they're on a production
Very
line. It's very
fascist.
industrialized. How they literally produce armies is
Mhm.
through industry, and then you look at, like, you know, hobbits. You look at the elves. The elves literally live one with nature, and it's like there is those parallels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Okay.
To think about that stuff.
Yeah. So
But
I'm
I'm a
gonna go
nerd,
back.
so
I'm gonna go back to chat here.
All right. Go
So
back to chat.
Brent has put. I just remember the Cyberpunk embargo. That didn't go well. Logical Robot has put. I've yet to play more than 3 hours of Cyber LOL.
I haven't either. I don't think I made it an hour.
Brent retorted and put, mine wouldn't even launch on my Xbone, so I sent it back.
Mine launched and then had a million updates.
I mean,
My-
PlayStation just got rid of it entirely.
Mine launched,
Brought it.
and I had floating guns.
That's
Right.
epic.
Right.
Yeah, it was great.
It's real fun.
Guns will
Logical
float in the
Robot.
future.
Yeah, Logical Robot put so very, very broken, and I
Yeah.
have the PC version.
Oh, right.
Jonathan put, are you guys running late or long today? Still online? Whoa.
Both.
Yeah. Are we still talking about mint ice cream? I know I am.
No, it is the
Um,
anti-porn of ice cream.
Logical Robot said, can we change Pete's name to Rapido Storyteller? I kid. Sorry, Pete.
Crypto.
Jonathan's put, oh, we're talking about Lord of the Rings and Tolkien.
Yeah, we are. We're talking about what it really stands for, the actual symbolism. some
Yeah,
themes.
symbolism and yes.
And that's why I persisted on looking at the chat.
Mm-hmm. And yes, we're running late today because I got stuck with something.
I love how we all
Oh,
just went
no,
completely
no, I-
silent.
Everybody's just
I
like,
love
that.
I
Just
love
like-
how we went all completely silent,
Just
and we're like,
silent?
what do we say to that? What
I
did
throw
we
in
say?
so many subtle things, and you guys just sit there. I did it like 4
No,
times today.
no.
Richard
No,
got
I
up.
was waiting for Ciaran to respond to it, and I knew exactly what I was going to say, and I just thought it'd be.
When
a bit
you guys
too
go
rude.
back and watch the VOD, watch Richard's face because he gets almost everything I say.
Yeah, I know.
We were having some funny little hee-hees.
Yeah.
But
I didn't realise before, Kylie, that T-shirt that you've got on. I mean, it's the opening to the Zelda. It's like one of the opening areas to Zelda, but it actually is Link as well. I didn't
Yes.
realise that because I haven't seen the full thing yet.
I showed the full thing off before.
I may not have noticed. Sorry, but that is freaking awesome,
Yes, it is.
and I'm jealous because I want that now.
Well, too bad.
Shut up.
It's mine forever.
No, I didn't mean I'm going to take it off of you. I just meant I'm going to try and find one myself.
Them's fighting words, Pete.
Yeah, I'm going to come to Northern Ireland next year. I'm going to live in your house, and I'm going to raid your cupboards to make sure that I find that T-shirt. That's really
no,
going to
no, hold on
happen.
a minute, Pete. That's not what you said, insinuated.
I didn't ask what your opinion was. I'm joking, mate. You carry on.
I mean, that was it. I mean, oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
logical
sorry.
robot, but leave us hanging.
Okay, where were we at? Chat, remind us before we wrap up.
I don't know.
We were about to
I'm-
wrap
I'm-
up, I think.
I got the
Mini
second
task.
tab.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I
got
was
the
gonna-
jab.
What, Kieran?
I was going to say, I might task you two after this for a little favour, if you don't mind.
Sure.
but
Yeah, no
I'll save
worries.
that for afterwards.
Yeah, save it for afterwards for sure. Yeah,
Right.
Kylie got her jab today, so we had to run a little bit late.
I was a big girl.
Because we're very accommodating people, you know, sacrificing our Sunday.
The Lord would have rested. The Lord would have
No,
saw me
no.
resting this
Oh,
morning.
look. I'm sitting up here. I've had my nieces and my brother over, like, for the afternoon. It's been nice.
I said
But
you could have went on.
The whole time that we've been recording, all I have smelled is the smell of roast dinner coming up my stairs and making me progressively more hungry.
That's coming up.
I've
Yeah.
missed dinner for this. And I wouldn't change it for the world.
That giant fly is just not getting
I see it,
over
yeah.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
It's massive.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce our fourth co-host,
Marty McFly.
Pete, that was good.
Buzz Aldrin.
Oh my gosh, you're both good.
Yes. Ciaran, high five, mate.
I was gonna say you both get that
Yeah,
one.
and straight.
And then
This is the excellent content
Oh.
you come to us for.
no, Jonathan, we haven't put that in the chat in the video.
Oh,
Discord
for
or
God's
whatever.
sake, deadbeat punk.
See?
He said, stop staring, Pete. It's not professional. I know what he means. He's being a dirty
Yeah.
bastard.
Okay. But
Have you seen the link quilt Lee made?
that's what I'm saying. Put that in the.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
No, yes, absolutely. Come on over, Pete. You can watch me drink on the Giant Causeway. I may join you for a drink on the Giant Causeway then.
He will be here next year.
I will actually
I need
be
to
there
take an
for-
updated photo. I have this photo of me on the Giant's Causeway sitting in it like Conan in his, Lamentations of Their Women speech. But
Yep.
I was about 50 pounds heavier, and now I'm hotter, so I'm going to go take a new photo of me sitting like a conqueror.
Okay, I'm not touching that one. I'm not touching that one.
No, you're not.
I didn't want to. I was gonna. No.
What? I can be Conan, the female version.
I wasn't mentioning about that. You said I'm
Oh.
hotter now, and I was gonna say
I
what
am.
temperature wise.
Oh, yeah, that too. But...
That's how crap it was. That's why I was gonna avoid
Oh,
it.
well,
Alright?
no, but I am. I'm sweating to death here. I will
Well, I
say...
think I can see it.
Oh, no.
That's what I said. Look at me. I mean, you can see the shine on my face.
That fly is massive. Pete is hangry. I know he is. I know. But I did want you don't like me when I'm hangry. I did want to say to chat. Since I don't have a review site like Ciaran at Pause Play. What is it, Ciaran?
I've called it Pause Play Review. I'm gonna try and brainstorm a different name for it, if I'm being
Oh,
honest.
I thought it was a cool name. I just have.
It's a
bad-
cool name, yeah,
like
but
it, yeah.
but it's more my own personal thing, and
Oh
I've
my
branded it in a way as it's
goodness.
bigger.
Click that link for the Instagram that Jonathan's
can't.
just.
I'm stuck. But. Oh wow!
That is incredible.
She made that. That's freaking amazing. That's amazing. Tell her
Is
that's
that,
amazing.
Is that US only? Because I might order myself one if it's watch it. What?
Yeah, but yeah. So since I don't have pauseplayreview.com, like Ciaran, I'm not gonna be like formally reviewing it. But there's so much controversy over He-Man. I'm watching it tonight.
I was gonna say I've saw people like slam it
Yeah.
predominantly.
I have as well.
And it may be
Yeah.
awful, so I'm going in. I'm gonna try.
And
to
I
go
know
in.
like there was a lot of hype because it was Kevin Smith doing it like before
Right.
it came out. People were like, oh, Kevin Smith's doing it. That's because Kevin Smith's doing it.
Yeah. And the art looked
But-
great. The poster was amazing.
The art looks really nice for it, especially in
it's
motion
got
as
Mark
well.
Hamill.
Yeah,
doing
Mark
another
Hamill's
voice, and another
Skeletor.
voice acting role, and we love Mark Hamill's
Oh,
voice
yeah.
acting roles on
Yeah.
Batman.
And
Is, oh,
Cersei's in it as the bad chick, and she's amazing. So I forgot her name. Lena Headey, something. I don't know.
yeah, Lena Headey or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's amazing. Although she was
She's
also
good.
amazing as the wife in 300, so I have mixed feelings. But about her being a bad or good girl.
Yeah.
Point being, I'm gonna watch it. Not that anyone cares about my opinion, but I'm still gonna do it, and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna decide if I think it's good or not.
So Brent has put Pete should have a Snickers ice cream to cure the hangry.
You know what, you and you're hungry, Pete.
When you're hungry for nuts.
Get some nuts.
I remember.
And yes,
do
I
you
said
remember?
that
Do you
in
remember?
trailers are good. All right.
Do you remember when? Do you remember when Mr. T used to be the kind of poster boy for Snickers?
Yeah. That's right. It's awesome.
Not in
Put it
America. It wasn't in America.
Put it in the bowl. He doesn't eat Snickers.
Oh man, we missed out.
Yeah. Jonathan's posted that link, so I'm not sure if you can see this Instagram link without following it. Well, I probably
Yes.
could.
It's cool. Yeah.
Did you say new photo or knee photo?
Nude. He says nude.
Yeah, I know, but I was trying to avoid that.
No, nude, like noodles.
See. When you said knee photo, I just think of the Knights of from.
Oh, knee.
Yeah,
All the nights were saying knee.
yeah. Well, that's kind of what I was going for there. With that.
Aw, I need to
Thank
go
you.
watch that again.
Logical robot. Logical robots, but Ciaran is in desperate need of some movie and posters, and perhaps some sleep. That poor faceless wall.
I'm thinking of getting like a couple of disc plates or something for like up here.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ask Kylie; she might be
I
able
was
to do it
gonna
better.
say,
and
I can
cheaper.
just make them for you.
Yeah. Jonathan put that was her first quilt of many various
Tell her.
quilts she has made.
She probably
We
already
could look
knows
into
this.
shipping costs.
Well, she probably already knows this, but make sure you tell her she's very talented.
Yes, please do. From everyone at Rapid Reviews
Yeah.
Radio, because it's awesome. We could look into shipping costs. Logical robot. but
I
that's
can
pretty
answer
nice.
that already.
Oh, it's a lot.
That's crazy. Crazy
Yeah.
amount. Crazy. Especially right
Yeah,
now.
once your work dies down a little bit more, Kylie,
It's
then
huge.
I was gonna say I need you to make a t-shirt.
Yes, I know.
And
I
then
tell
I
you, these shipping costs, they're huge.
No, you can't do Donald Trump. That will ruin me. That will ruin me.
China.
Kylie, I veto that we remove this guy for Donald Trumping.
You can't remove me. The people love me. Okay.
No, of all
Now,
the
now,
voices
now do his
out
best
there.
quote, but China.
He did. He said China.
I didn't hear it. Sorry.
China.
Okay, it is actually pretty good. to be
It's-
fair. It's a good impression.
Scarily good, which is why I hate it.
Yeah.
Thank you, I hate it.
Now do Rudy Giuliani.
Oh gosh.
I'm not wearing fake tan.
I was
I'm
gonna say
sweating.
you'd have to get all that stuff going. All right,
Yeah.
chat. We're gonna wrap it up here in a second. If y'all want to add anything
We got
to
a raid.
this,
We got a raid available.
no, because you keep forgetting that, Pete.
That's why I'm asking you now. If you want to have a look at it.
No, you have to prepare me
Mm.
like a
But
day
we're
in
on-
advance.
We're on Twitch. Remember.
What,
Ooh.
Kieran?
I'm dying here as well.
Yeah. We're gonna wrap this up. All right. Well, we're gonna go
Ciaran
ahead.
doesn't do well with later recordings. We now know.
There's
Oh, it's
no
just because I woke up hungover this morning because I was out last night.
Oh, you did say,
Right.
And I've been sitting writing since like 12 until like, we started this. I'm probably gonna go back and do some more writing just because
Take a break.
Well, he did. He did this.
Have a Kit Kat.
Okay, we're gonna wrap this up. Thanks so much, chat, for hanging out with us today. We actually did a real episode. We haven't done one of those in a couple of weeks.
No,
Yeah,
that was.
I
That was
mean, I think right, I was gonna say I think the first half was pretty good. And then we started divulging into like nostalgia and then horror games as like a full topic at the end.
Yeah, but that's kind of what happens, though. We keep it, we like to keep it formal for the first half. You know that meme. You had me in the first half. Well, that's it.
Right. But thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for all the new follows. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 follows today. Oh gosh.
Amazing.
Oh, Debbie.
You know what? I think there might actually be one in my house. They'd beat that as sort of. Maybe one in my house somewhere.
Yeah, Jonathan she's making a quilt right now as well. So.
There you go. We'll tell her she's amazing. And we will probably check in this week. I don't know, because what if I die tonight from the jab?
Well, even
Where
more
the
reason
fuck did
why
that
we should. Yeah. Language, Ciaran, language! This is a Sunday stream, not a
Pete.
Friday debauchery.
Pete, right, listen. We're not recording, and you've swore more than me today.
Oh, that's for sure. Yeah,
I actually haven't.
I think
Okay.
you did.
Yeah.
I don't recall.
You've used the BA word several times. I think you used something else another time. I think at least 3 times today. One might have been in the recording.
Bearing in mind,
I
go,
there's one in the recording, if I'm
bearing
right.
in mind, I go back and I
I
listen
know.
to all of this, so I'll find it.
And then you'll honk it. But
If it's
anyway, to explain my crazy utterance, it's because I got the jab. Maybe I'm gonna die. Or maybe I'll have really good cell reception. We don't know.
And that's what.
Go
and
see
that's
it's
why
got
I
a bit of
said we
research
should
into
check
what
in.
about it.
Wait, I missed what you said, Ciaran. What did you say?
I was saying that's all. I'm saying just I agree. I was just agreeing. All you're gonna get is good reception.
Yeah.
Maybe some better Wi-Fi.
Oh, thank goodness I've needed it.
Who knows? You might wake up tomorrow and have Game Pass installed on your system.
There you go. I like that. Oh,
Yeah,
I could
plug the
go
controller in.
places with that, but I'm not going to. So we're gonna say that is gonna do it for us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Look,
very good.
right,
Yeah.
well, just,
Okay.
yeah, that was pretty great, Ciaran.
Yes.
Well done. The voice we're all trying to forget.
We might see you this week. No promises, but we'll definitely see you on Friday.
Well, if you,
What?
look, if you died, we will make sure we do
Can we
Friday
go?
in memoriam.
What? Wait, what? I think I'm having one of my moments where I don't understand.
No, because
What?
what I said was.
Why did
if you-
Ciaran
if
start
you-
laughing? What?
I think because he's just worried that you think you're gonna die.
No, I meant
And
that.
it's that you're like usually we might as if you have some real belief that this jab is gonna murder you.
No.
Yes, he said it. He said what I've wanted him to say for months.
What? Did he
I
wants to murder
love it
me?
when this. Yeah, I love it when Scottish people say murder. It's hilarious. It makes me laugh.
I just...
It's so emphasised. Murder.
That's good, Pete. I'll give you that.
I've been practicing, mate.
Watch Macbeth. You'll hear it plenty of times.
Well,
but...
I'm gonna go and watch Macbeth tonight then.
So
Very
there's
good.
we've got Murder, we've got Doug.
Yeah. Aye.
We say
I mean, I
that
can't
here.
really think of anyone off the top of my
I know.
head. No spot me.
And thank you, and we appreciate you guys too. We're trying to say goodbye. Oh, Jonathan! Oh, I'm not.
Have you seen that, Ciaran?
Yes, I have.
Okay. good.
Okay.
I'll take it as a compliment.
Only just in America.
Well, no, he just reached the age of consent. Okay, let's get out of here. We will talk to you. No, but what I meant was that we might be streaming, but there's no set plans. As normally we have set plans, but
Not at this point in the week. We don't.
Yeah, I was gonna say we never have planned for
We
Friday.
have never. We've
We-
never
I
had
always
a set plan
plan
for
for
Friday.
Tuesday.
At this
I
point.
stream on Tuesdays. You guys don't watch it, although Pete does sometimes.
I thought you were just talking about Friday.
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
I'm talking about the entire channel. We have.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, you didn't make that. You didn't make that clear. You were like,
We
you were
have
like,
a chat
"Oh,
full of people.
we might stream this week. It's like, yeah, but most of the time it's only the Friday streams, especially the last couple of weeks.
I'm so lost. I blame that on my brain. But anyway. Anyway, yes, thank you. What is the sub count? It's quite a bit. And yes, anyway. So, we've been trying to say goodbye for 15 minutes. Thank you guys. Good freaking bye. We'll see y'all this week.
Great way to
See you later,
finish.
guys.
See you later, everyone.
Bye guys.